very, very, very angry people.
The other
remember
one
watching. So I remember watching a Kickstarter for a TV show, and they were planning out, and they had some metrics behind the scenes that they were knowing where they were at. Actually, I'm just going to mute Twitch because I'm hearing myself now. And because I opened it up, and so they knew whether they were ahead or behind schedule on whether they were going to get it funded, and whether or not, and then when they were funded, whether they were going to make their stretch goal well ahead of time. And they were just, as long as we continue the trajectory we're on, this will get funded a couple of days before it goes, but we still need to push and make sure and get it out there on all the socials. So they hit Facebook up pretty hard and a few other things, and they got funded. But it was like they could tell they did their next Kickstarter for something else that it wasn't going to work a long way out, and they didn't actually really, they went hard for a week. It was still clear they weren't catching up, and because they knew they weren't catching up, they basically backed off it, and if it succeeded, it succeeded, but they weren't going to put more time into it because they could tell it wasn't going to. I have no idea how they know, but they had a whole bunch of things. You need to be this percentage by this time and so on and so forth, and yeah, just there's so much data now, the back ends. And barring a celebrity pointing to it and saying, "Hey, I really like this. I'm gonna help fund it," and everyone else going, "Oh God, if John Travolta likes it, I like it too," type thing. Doesn't change once you're past a certain point.
Ooh.
You're either going to make it or you're not.
Is this the next one, Steve?
Yeah.
Very nice. That's exciting.
Wait, what are we looking at?
In the campaign chat, that's the next ability the sword gets.
Oh, campaign chat.
Hmm.
Plus, how many demons and devils are we coming across? I'm getting scared now.
Oh, well and truly.
All of them.
Actually, that's one thing with mine, Steve.
Yep.
So back a level, so the 9 to 12, it became +5
Yep.
and Bane of Outsiders if against an undead.
Yep.
Does it just remain +5 now, or is it +7 to undead and outsiders?
Let me have a look.
Either way, it's still the Bane side of it, but to get the extra damage. I just wasn't sure if it still gets the bonus to hit.
Oh, what? The sword drains your hit points.
Yeah. It's one of its other abilities does that too.
Is it the sword of being a wife?
Yes, so that +5 goes on the base to hit and damage.
Oh, so it should be +5 on top
So
of
that-
+3. Or is that
Correct.
Yeah.
I thought it was just.
No. Sorry, yeah, it upgrades. So
Yeah,
sorry, yeah. So what it will do now is, so it will now be +2
+7,
+8.
+8. Cool.
Yep. So yeah, it's +8 versus outsiders and undead. And still does the extra 2d6 damage, yeah.
Yep.
Plus, you can now cast heal once a day. It's also now a holy weapon.
Yeah, I saw that.
And we'll just to make it a negative level drain.
Yeah.
So you can wade into all the nasty undeady things.
You just want me up the front so you can hit me more.
Well, it is part of the plan. Am I that transparent?
Your middle name is your full name is Stumpy Meat Shield Dwarf. So
All right.
you can't be the shield if you're not waving your meat in their face. Okay?
And that Morningstar's impressive.
Well, this is the Morning Star of
Eleanor Rigby. No, Morningstar of Eleanor Rigby.
Justin, have you seen what your bow does next level?
No, where's that?
It's in the chat.
Oh my!
How high up? Which chat? Discord.
Social.
Campaign chat. Campaign chat where none of the other stuff is in there.
Morning Star.
Keep it that way, please.
Lady Madonna.
Hey Ben,
Deadly shot.
what do you think of the new stream style?
Hey, wait a minute. Flaming.
I like the layout.
Is that a
The
change
characters
from
on
what
the
we had
side.
beforehand, or
Yes, it is a change. Okay, I'm not taking a flaming arrow then. Oh shit! Does that stack with the proposed quiver that I'm talking about getting, Steve?
What's that?
So the bow of power, 11-12, it instills flaming damage on arrows.
Yeah, did I do something different to that? What was the ability you had there? I might have grabbed an old version.
You'd never actually shown me 11 and 12.
Okay.
I'd only sort of seen
All right. So sorry.
10.
Yeah. Okay. No. Then yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So yes, it will. It will do flaming.
And an arrow of
So-
acid also be a flame arrow, or
No, it's one or the other.
No save.
So that's what I was saying. Because so if I take the quiver, it won't stack with the arrows won't stack with that power.
I would be happy for the flaming arrows to stack together. That's fine, because they would be doubly flamed. But yeah, you couldn't put flame onto an acid or another type of arrow.
Because I was planning to take flaming, cold, and sonic. I think.
Yeah, which you can only do one at a time, can't you?
actually, as
Yeah.
far as the rules are concerned, you can actually do multiples on the same weapon, but
It does stack,
it
does
does stack. But GM's prerogative, like always, you can actually say that the bow overrides any enchantment that the arrows may have, because these arrows are enchanted, not the bow.
it? Yeah.
So
Yeah,
purely your
no, you
preferences.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'd have one or the other. You would choose as you let go of the bow and let go of the arrow.
Oh, double
So
flame.
double flaming means you just add the.
Hey, Steve.
ah,
I just realised I misread one of the things on my sword.
It's like
So you
total
said it-
bloody. Are you being served? Isn't it?
You said it was a flame
Very.
tongue when I originally read, but flame tongue I didn't realise it's the same as flaming. It's also a once per day ray. Is that what you intended, or did you just mean is it a flaming weapon?
No, just a flaming weapon. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So flaming sword, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just writing everything down.
Yeah, that's cool. I did yours in a PDF, which means I've got to redo it into this spreadsheet so I can do a quick cut and paste and. All right.
we're all level 12 at the moment, so the level 12 abilities kick in on all your items.
Mhm.
And I noticed the X-Man has cometh.
So, is anyone level 13?
No, we're all only just 12ing.
Oh, right, yep. Oh, well, I've revealed some of the 13 ones, but that's all right. You got an idea of what's going to happen.
Well, I did say I wanted to get my weapon
Identified to know what it's going to do, so
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's just say they can identify the next level, but no further. Yeah, that's that.
it's a good rule, so you can always level and always know what you're going to get one more level up or whatever.
That's fair enough.
Actually, that is handy because people make decisions. Yeah. Yes, but people can take it into account.
And at
So
this
that's what
level,
I'll
2
do.
levels away is a while away, but 1 may not be.
One's quite substantial unless I start throwing challenge rating 20s at you. That'd be fun.
All those demons, eh?
Okay, do you want to get going?
Yeah, why not?
Kind of ready. It's going to be a little bit free form tonight, but we'll see how we go. Where's Discord? Get that up. There we go. Don't need Discord. Oh yeah, might as well. Right. And everyone's here? X-Man's here? Yeah? Cool. All right, so you have arrived back at the Erie, the keep. You've stepped out of the portal, and let's drop you on there. And we can go through what's happening.
Did we bring a pet mimic along?
No, you're not getting a pet mimic.
He didn't get to drink the teleport potion.
Steve's being mean.
I know. We just have him at the door and feed him every time we come in. Like a pet dog.
If we take too long, he'll just eat one of the other guys.
Yeah, that's fine. He can eat a bib.
Give me a yell when you're on the map.
I see a map. I even see Habib. So he hasn't been eaten by a mimic.
It's all black for me.
I see an
Yes.
old me though.
I think you transported us to the wrong plane.
Plane of darkness.
It's very dark. Very, very dark.
This is going to take a while to load, remember? This is a big map.
Oh, yes.
The area's not too bad, is it?
I think I've been loaded as a very much earlier level me.
I'm going to actually. What I'm going to do is turn the dynamic lighting off. Just for the moment. That might make it a little easier.
There's more people here than I remember there being.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work out, whether they were us in other icons or different people, and they look like different people. Has Habib been having guests over? Did we say he could do that?
All will be explained.
Looks like an orgy. Justin rushes in. Where's the dryad? Where's the dryads?
Did someone say the O word?
Dryads, plural.
Dryads. That's what I said. Dryads.
Hey, Habib. So is Habib now our, like,
Pimp.
I guess, is he like our researcher / kebab chef? Or something, is he?
Something like that.
Hey, boys, I got dragon kebab.
I think we're all there now, are we?
Are we all loaded up?
Yep. I can now see the place.
Okay, so you've stepped out of the portal, and yes, Habib is there waiting for you. And he basically says, "Well, welcome back. It's been a long time. You've been gone for months. Much has happened. Much has happened since you've been gone.
Have we?
Yes, you've been gone at least 7, maybe 8 months.
And how long do we think we've been gone for?
About that.
Yeah, about that.
We
Yeah.
worked out we'd been in for 6 months.
We estimated how long we were lost in a time dilation thingy.
Oh, yeah, okay, but actually, time. How much time have we actually been alive? Or how much time has passed for us, I should say?
What did we think we lost in that sleep
About 6 months.
Laporte transfer?
About 6 months. Yeah.
Right, okay, yep.
So what's the news? What's happened?
Well, many things have happened. We've had lots of visitors, but I think you need to meet this particular person first. And I'll talk about our other visitors in a moment.
Okay. Look sideways at the other people.
Someone dropped.
The DM dropped.
Oops. Oh, he's in the health channel. He's jumped into the help channel.
Maybe someone should go up there and help him.
We'll see how long it takes him to figure out that he's gone.
Wonder how long he's got to talk for. There he goes.
You're back from another dimension.
I disappeared in another channel, sorry.
We noticed.
Okay. So sorry. Yeah, I was just looking for. So Axeman, have I got the name right there? Sven.
Stren.
Stein.
Strand.
ST Stren. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, so the bib says I'd like to introduce you to Stren. Stren went adventuring with my brother and brought me some information, but I'll let him tell the story. And he indicates to a paladin standing next to him. He says, "Please, Stren, introduce yourself."
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello?
Hello.
And how did you find your way here?
Well, it's quite a long story.
Do we like a shortened version?
Yeah, in the shorter version.
I basically I woke up in a tower and I was taken care of by Habib.
Taken care of, eh? That's the story?
Pretty much.
That's not very long.
You asked for the shortened version.
Oh, you asked for the abridged version.
Okay. That was the ultimate abridged.
And I was
Went from Lord of the Rings to 3 pages.
Two hobbits went for a walk. The end.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Rob
yeah,
Ring
so
in fire. Okay.
I was given this map.
Ooh, no.
And Habib has told me about you guys, and you have arrived a day after I awoke. So,
So did you find him in a box, or was he in a box? Oh, speaking to Habib.
Actually, was he
No.
a box?
A particular
Is he a pet
friend.
mimic?
A particular friend of ours actually brought him here and actually gave me the scroll as well, which it's got his name written on the side there. So you might remember the guy with the goatee and the sort of the strong arms that sort of looked like a.
Oh, you mean the dragon? I mean, what?
Well, I don't know exactly what he is, but Horus came through and delivered Stren, and left this scroll, and he said that he would return.
We really need to get that fella drunk.
We really need to just watch.
If he's
him
what
next
you
time
think
he
he is,
appears.
that's either not possible or it's going to take more alcohol than we can afford to buy.
I don't know. We could probably afford a lot of alcohol.
It depends if we do it before or after tonight's shopping adventure.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, welcome to the Airy then, Stren.
thank you very much. And who might you be?
I am actually that'd be Bernard. I'm the cleric of Maya.
Nice
He's
to
very
meet you,
forgetful.
Bernard. I'll make sure I keep you nice and close to me.
Just don't ask him about Stone.
I'm sure that there's a story, and over a few drinks, you guys can tell me all about it.
Did you say drinks? I like that idea. Let's do drinks.
Drinks is good.
Habib also says that Stren brought some news back from his brother, who he knew in a previous adventuring life, and also with that information and with the fact that Horus brought him in, he was pretty certain that everything was above board and all good. And he says, you might hear a bit of noise coming from the common area over the side here. Horus has been bringing quite a few people in here. It might be time to go have a bit of a look at the collection of people we've got here.
Okay.
Oh,
I turned up.
And Egbert has some research. He's had his nose in his books, and he's been off talking to people, and he's got a fair bit of information as well.
So this Boris chap is the guy we met in the city where you were being ambushed inside that thieves' place.
Is the guy with a name? Is a guy with a name that's very heavily derived from the word for gold.
Right.
And we
Yes.
happen to have a gold dragon skull.
Aura?
It's that guy because I've met him once, I believe.
Is
Steve,
it, sorry,
I
is
think
it
Yes.
Aura or Glow?
Yeah.
So I think I've only met him
Horus.
once, whereas everyone else has met him a few times.
Horus.
Yeah, he's popped in occasionally. Yeah.
He's
He
bringing
helped us-
people here.
He gave us the heads up on a few angry mobs.
Yeah.
And may or may not have incinerated a lot of monkeys.
Well, he helped us
well.
out when there was a kidnapping and you know.
Yes, he's
You
popped
know,
in
Also,
from time to
I'm
time.
gonna point out to Strand the shady looking fella in the back there and say, if he starts wandering off, keep an eye on him.
All right. Could just call me Gorath, the impatient one.
The most accurate epithet ever.
If we're doing this, I'm
Oh.
shrug. I stay back, cast some spells, sing some songs. Yeah.
If
I don't
puzzles
do
aren't figured
much.
out quick enough, I randomly do stuff.
And I'm Gregory.
So, Greg.
I punch.
It's Sir
I
Gregory,
punch
isn't it?
people. It is.
Nice to meet you, sir.
We're not sure why he's a sir, but he keeps telling us he is, so we assume that he is.
He must be a very honourable man. to be
I'm
I'm not
a-
questioning him.
Because anyone that doesn't
Well,
call him sir ends up dead.
Pretty much. There's a lot of dead people.
I'm pretty sure a few people that have called him sir have also died, so I'm not sure on this one.
It's 50-50.
Would I
You
know
could call
him?
him Madam if you want, but I don't think it would work.
No, you haven't really. No, you haven't heard of any of his exploits.
And I'm Thorelis.
Nice
I'm
to
only
meet you.
sir because I was in the
We,
military.
we point him at things and let him just obliterate them off the face of the.
I'm not an elf I'm not a god of the elf, but I do venerate nature. So welcome.
Oh,
The nature lover.
Steve, I'm trying to think of the word, religious branding types things, accoutrements is he wearing? Can I identify what his religion is from his stuff? I need to make a check of some kind, or
Saint Cuthbert. Yeah.
Oh.
I recognise that straight away.
Oh, we know some of your mates.
Oh,
Oh,
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
no. St. Cuthbert's been helping us. We've been good friends with a lot of St.
Yeah.
Cuthbert paladins and clerics.
We've been
We've
helping
seen a few
them
of
quite
them
a bit.
die as well, but that wasn't directly our fault. So,
I'm sure that they fought valiantly.
They definitely did.
I think one of them got lit on fire, but that wasn't us either.
It's a brutal way to go.
We try to keep them alive as much as we can.
It's like we were friends with them, weren't we?
Yeah.
yeah, we had one we had one of their clerics travel with us for a little bit and help us fight some things.
Yeah. And then there was poor Collodius, or whatever his name was. He didn't found some big prophecy and then bit the proverbial
Died.
bucket.
You do also, Ben, you also do notice that he wears the vestments of what is known as a master communicant. So the paladins of St. Cuthbert are known as vortaires or communicants. So it's an honorary position as they make their way up. So it's basically a lieutenant or a second in command of a chapter house of St. Cuthbert. So he's a
Nice.
fairly high-ranking paladin.
Fair enough. All right, well then I won't treat him flippantly then, which I was
That's
planning
right.
on doing.
We'll lord it over the plebs. It's all good.
The scroll that he has is actually signed by Horus.
Ooh,
Sort
nice.
of compliments of.
And what does the scroll say?
I will show
well,
you the scroll later, maybe.
So obviously we've got to buy him or get him a few more drinks first, right?
Yeah.
Right, how
need
this goes.
I need to weigh up all your personalities before I
So
go
you're a godly
showing this
man.
willy-nilly.
So what?
That sounds ominous.
How do you serve your god? What path have you chosen in service to your god?
I serve him honorably. I do everything in a lawful way.
Well, that's good to hear.
Is he wielding a big weapon, Steve?
Oh yeah.
Aha! I see you star in movies.
He's got a big sword.
Boogie Nights. Hey, he's a knight, it does fit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a
So
sword?
Habib says, please.
That's an axe.
No, axe. You've got an axe. Sorry, yeah, big, rather large battle axe.
Ominous axe.
It's an unusual. It's an unusual weapon for a man of the faith. Usually, it's a sword or a hammer.
Depends on the faith.
This weapon has served me well and has protected me and my compatriots as best as it can over my endeavours.
If you mix a hammer and a sword together, you kind of get an axe.
That's exactly right. Yes. As long as it kills the evil dudes, who cares?
Exactly. Smiting evil is
Now, this is a sentiment I can get behind.
It's good to have another holy man around.
So Habib says, look, the common room has got a whole heap of people in here, and basically they've all turned up with the same story. They've all had varying degrees of adventuring, and some of them have actually come from the same group, and some from others, and some have had their groups. They were the sole survivor after they've gone off and done a quest, and many of them have been questing around doing various things around the place, and they seem to have all been organised by Horus. They all have come to a story where they've all been found or quested or organised or brought together by this particular guy. I haven't been able to catch him as he sort of drops these people off, but we've all been sort of sitting around and discussing things and eating lots and lots of food, and there's a whole heap of them in the common room. So,
okay, and where is this food coming from, and who's paying for it?
We've got a sizable supply of food there now, and Snettle goes off into Lothwick and buys supplies and transports them back. So we're extremely well stocked up for food. Well, we kind of had to be. I've been continuing my studies and building up my knowledge of magic item production. So I'm focusing on potions and things at the moment, so which has been good. I've actually got a few helpers that have come in as well. I've now got 3 other mages with me that we've been doing some magical research in the lab.
Okay, well, do any of them have answers as to why they've been brought here? Do you know why these people have been brought here? Whoever wants to answer that question, by the way, looking at all of them.
Well, Habib says that they've all been told that they have a higher purpose or they've all been selected to join together and oppose a great rising evil in the land.
All right, that sounds good. At least it's what we want to do. I'm assuming that the person who's putting this together wouldn't be getting us useless assistants or aiders or helpers or whatever word you want to put together for the people that he's brought here.
Does Habib recognise any of them from when we saved Shrug?
No. These are people from all over the place.
Yeah.
He says, look, there's a couple of barbarians from up north. There's paladins from Valuna. There's a pirate princess from the sea princes down to the south.
I'm looking at the elf to see if his eyes light up.
I'm surprised.
Sorry, that's Justin. That
a princess.
Pirate. Well, morally ambiguous. That's what it is.
There's there's an elf. There's a halfling. There's just a wide diversity of people. But there's a few dwarves. But we've actually got a couple of so we've got two dwarves, three dwarves and a human blacksmith who are working in the forge, and they've been churning out weapons and armor, and so the place is sort of really coming together.
Ooh, I wonder if they can make a flail for me.
Well, one of the dwarves he says he's a master craftsman, so that could be a possibility.
Why don't we just go and have a chat to these people and see if they know anything, and if they don't, at least we can all have a meal and learn a little bit about some of them and work out what we're doing next.
Already drinking at the bar.
Out of character, if I knew the layout of this place properly, I would have already walked to the kitchen or wherever we would get food from. I don't actually know the layout of this establishment that well, so I'm just here in the hallway waiting.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking there's a big room down here with a big dining table, but I don't think that's actually the food
No, it's
place.
the library.
So where's the bar?
Where we are, in the room just
Is there a bar?
Oh, right, fine.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec. There's a bar. Hello.
Yeah.
I imagine they wouldn't have elven wine.
Oh, a few elves.
Oh,
So Habib will take
too many
you
humans in here.
You're sitting between a dwarf and I am a human.
Isn't that an elven wine?
Well, it's more a bitchy little elf, given you're a gnome.
Okay, so
I
yeah.
heard someone bad mouthing my people right then.
So
He
yeah,
wants to get thrown off the Erie.
you see
You're a human. What are you talking about?
That's right. He said there's too many humans in here. I'm a human.
So yeah, you see a variety of people. They sort of look you up and down as you come in, and particularly as you come in with the bib and the little halfling behind the bar. He sort of looks you up and down and says, "Oh, my name's Telmo. I'm being appointed as a barkeeper."
Ale!
Yep.
And keep it coming. Don't stop.
Well, what would you like? Ale, cider, wine, spirits,
Dwarven ale.
dwarven ale. Reaches down underneath there, pours out a couple of tankards of dwarven ale, pops it on the table.
What kind of cider you got?
Come join us, Stren. Have a drink.
Apple cider, pear cider, mulberry cider.
Oh, a pear cider. I'll have a pear cider.
Okay, so he reaches down to there,
It's a hard cider.
pops a bottle, pours your glass.
I was just going to say I like a pear.
No, it's a hard cider. It's Dickens hard cider. Because everyone loves a Dickens hard cider.
Good point. Click on you. If he's given you control of the token, you should be able to click on it. You can move it with the keyboard with like the arrow keys.
May not have yet. Hang on. Let me controlled by Insane X-Man. Now you should have control of it.
Hey.
You should be able to drag yourself around.
Insane X-Man. Interesting. He didn't tell us he was mad.
Again, this is a sentiment I could get behind.
You know,
I see grand things in the future.
one person's crazy is another person's normal. Admittedly, that person who's probably crazy too, but you know.
So as you come in, this rather 6 foot tall, 6'6" tall, extremely muscly, bare-chested, long-haired, blonde sort of fella staggers up towards Habib and with a big booming voice goes, "Wait, laddie, who are these people?" And Habib just basically goes through and explains that you were his original compatriots and you were the guys that found the keep and got things going. And so Habib basically explains, and he looks around. So he looks over at Sir Gregory and Bernard.
Right. I'll just turn around and hand him a beer.
"Oh, look, laddie, you're my sort of guy. Let's sit down and drink and share long stories about garbage that we think we've done."
That's proper diplomacy right there.
I'm impressed.
He's a barbarian. He wanted beer. There's no other question.
So all of the people in there are quite extroverted sort of people. They come up and introduce yourself. So you find that you've got an elven ranger, you've got a couple of paladins, you've got a couple of fighters. The Zai is a female rogue who worked on various pirate ships. You've got a dwarven warrior as well. And a halfling jack of all trades, he says, but we know that most halflings are basically rogues anyway. So Bram Dirknesk is over here. Oops. And he is a paladin of Heronius. And Sven Radcliffe is a paladin of Rao. So all good aligned. They all basically share stories of having been brought here or being found by Horus. And they've all had some contact with this particular individual.
Did all of you have him just appear, say something, then wander off, and you couldn't see him again instantly?
So Nabir goes, Ockley, yeah, we'd be off adventuring, and we'd find, we'd be in a bit of a pickle somewhere, and suddenly this guy would turn up and he'd show us the way to go where we could get out, or he appeared 2 or 3 times. He just seemed to just be at the right place at the right time and had the right advice, or
Shrugger's wearing the biggest smile right now. It's like a shit-eating grin smile, but it's really big. He's like, you guys thought you were the only ones.
Same as us.
Zai comes up and she says, my pirate ship was attacked, and all of my crew were dead or dying, and the ship was going down. And suddenly, out of nowhere, another small boat appeared on the side, and I was able to jump and escape, and it was captained by this guy, and he basically ferried me to the shore, and I jumped on the ground and said praise for actually getting back onto land, and when I turned around to thank him, he was gone.
Yes, he has a habit of this.
Most strange. And then, I found myself wandering around and trying to find income because the pirate ship was gone, and he reappeared and directed me to a caravan where I picked up work, and then he also helped me get to this particular point. So
did you all come through the portal, or did he bring you other ways?
Yes. No, we all came through. Well, I assume we came through the portal. I don't seem to remember how we actually. None of us remember how we actually got here. We just sort of awoke, and here we were, and we sort of
the
got
one
to know
that was
each
in
other.
the caravan. You didn't eat some food that made you feel really sleepy, did you?
No. The food was quite good on that caravan.
Yeah, so
Why?
it was still good.
Have you had a bad experience, have you?
You might say that.
Yes.
Someone else is going to have a bad experience very soon, I hope.
Being a man of God, maybe his God protected him from the worst effects.
Yeah. So they've all sort of taken up residence. There's a series of rooms that they've all sort of taken up. They've all taken up a bedroom, and they're basically waiting around to see what this big purpose that they've all been brought together.
Oh.
I'll just question a couple of them. Have any of them heard about Lol's trying to take over the world, or had any dealings with spider people and whatever the other religions we've dealt with?
They all have various stories of encountering drow throughout their career.
Or the agents of Hexor or anything like that?
It was
Hexor, wasn't it, Steve?
Correct, yeah, it was, yes. Yep. Bram Dirknex, the paladin, he actually had an encounter with Hextor-based bad guys. So yeah, that one's there. A few of them mentioned the Chapel of the Web that sprung up in all of the locations they've come from. These guys have come from all parts of Earth, and north, south, east, and west, and they all report in have seen one or two of those chapels springing up in various villages. So
Have they
no,
actually had a
they
bad experience with them yet?
no, not the chapels, and no, they haven't really come across anything to, the big picture
So
about
either they're really good at being an evil cult, or they're actually a red herring.
one or the other.
Yes. There's only one way to know.
Kill them all.
Trial by fire. Yes.
Sorry, they're a different religion to mine, and they appear evil. I don't like them.
Habib does pipe up and says, yes, but you also got to remember that 4 of you came with a certain object, and the 4 of them, a couple of the paladins and the fighters and the dwarf. Oh yeah, the keystone. So there's 4 people in the room that have been off on various adventures at the instigation of Horus, and they all found a keystone piece or keystone shaped piece of rock with a rune carved on it, which is you would immediately identify as a piece of the slaughter gate.
We've seen some of those, or one of those.
Yes. So you now have 6 of them.
How many is there?
It's 32 in total.
And they needed half, didn't they?
Yes, whoever gets the majority then will automatically receive all the pieces. So you need to get 17.
I've got these things.
But you also need the large cavern for the slaughter gate to then be constructed, which you have the crystal of power that will do that.
Well, they can always dig it out manually.
Well, they can, but it will take.
So I've got the one from the Lizard King's tome. What's the other one we've got?
Okay, so you have the ancient power source, which will basically provide unlimited power.
That's
unending power for a couple of.
Is that the portal stone that we were going to give to the Hydra Man, or is that a different thing?
Yeah. No, so that's yep. And then you also
and that's a keystone as well.
No, it's not. No. You've got a key. You found a keystone.
Yep. You said we had 2, and the 4 that they have brings us to 6.
Yeah. So you've previously found 1 keystone in the halls of Tizanthane.
Oh right.
You found another keystone hidden in the lair of the Lizard King.
Yep.
Keystone halls of. I don't even know how to spell Tizanthane.
These guys have added 4 more.
I'm just keeping a note of the keystones we've got. 4 more keystones from.
So you have the
Horus Adventurers.
So you have the orb of power that powered the teleporter. You've also got the crystal of power, which will actually, when activated, it will create that massive cavern underground. The nuke.
And that's currently being held by our very trustable. Won't use it in a moment. Actually,
the fighter's got it.
Yeah.
Actually, does he have it? Oh, you have it, don't you?
No. Our
nuclear weapon.
Yeah. I thought you had the Power Stone, Mitch. Gregory.
I've got the thing that had the sun in it, or whatever, or had the
Who's got
whatever
the Power
that
Stone,
was.
Then?
Yeah, that's the
nuke.
That's the crystal of power, or the crystal of cavern creating.
The orb of annihilation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Who's got the power source?
I've got the Power Stone from the Hydra Man. I've got that in my bag of holding.
Cool.
Yeah, the other thing.
So I hear you talking about this stone. Does it something resemble these sort of things that I reach in a pocket and I pull out these glowing rune keystones? Are these the 4 stones? What are these? Are keystones?
Are they?
I don't recognise them. I've just picked these up off my last trip.
Steve?
He's been busy.
I just woke up. Are these the 4 that you're
Flaming-
referencing, Steve?
are they-
or
Yeah, so you,
are there 4
Yeah,
from
that's
the
it.
group, or these are
Yep.
4 from me? Okay, 4 from me. So I hand these to.
no.
I put these on the.
That's
the
another
bar.
4.
Yep.
Okay, that brings us to 9 out of what was it? 26, I think
No,
was the
no, we
number. Was
just-
it? No.
You can't
You said
count.
17, didn't
We need 17, according to Steve.
Yeah.
But it was also 6, and then we've just added 4 more, wasn't it?
We can summon Loth. I mean,
Makes 10.
not summon.
So you've got 10.
10.
Summon Shrug's true master.
Well, that'll be a surprise to me because I've got no memory of back before a certain point, so it's quite possible.
Oh my God.
So yeah, those keystones that Stren brings out
He's not denying it either.
also part of the
Can't
story
deny
game.
what I don't know.
As you get the
Summon
10,
the
as you
final
get
boss fight.
as you get 10 pieces together, you actually you feel that they actually sort of connect together almost like a magnetic force, and you can feel that they're starting to pulse, and they're drawing on energy from each other and also from the external environment. So they're obviously reacting to each other, and as more of them appear together, they gain in power.
Do they fit in any way, sort of like a jigsaw puzzle piece thing, where if you put them together in the right alignment, they'll actually say something? And do the runes combine to make bigger runes or different runes? You know, like when you put them together, can you start to see maybe a bigger rune or a bigger pattern or a bigger sentence, word, phrase, whatever, being readable?
The runes, they basically click together in any combination, and the runes are indecipherable at this point. So any message or any writing on them is
I don't mean to
unsure.
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but if we bring these together, isn't that going to summon or help summon Loth?
We're summoning
No.
the final boss fight.
Or we needed.
We need to stop them from getting them. I don't know whether we can destroy these or what we're supposed to do with them. That's something I've forgotten.
I mean, if I was an evil cultist, and
I can't
I'm
remember either.
not, and I'm not, for the record, if I was an evil cultist, I
You'd be
wouldn't bother
disguised as a
collecting.
man of God.
I would be hanging around waiting for somebody else to collect my things, and then I'd just swoop in and take them all.
Question: if we put these runestones there, because we've got 10 of them, and they need all 32 of them to make the slaughter gate, yeah?
They need
Yeah.
17.
But
Yeah,
Need
because if
more
they
than
get
half.
17,
if we
they all
put them
go to
somewhere and we use the Orb of Annihilation on the ones we've got just to annihilate them, then they can't ever build it, can they?
That depends if they're destructible. You'd have to ask an expert on the slaughter gate.
All right, Shrug. I got an idea. All right. So hear me
I
out.
get nervous and take a big drink of whatever I've got playing. Okay.
So what we do is we send you into the mountains for hundreds of years
I like it.
with these things in hiding, right?
I'll
And
throw them
nothing
into a
bad will
volcano.
ever happen.
I'll
Nothing
throw
bad
them
will
into
ever
a
happen.
volcano, thus destroying them forever.
Yes. It's a brilliant plan.
But
We need-
unlike
hey,
other
hey,
idiots that have
volunteers.
done this before, I'm going to summon an eagle and ride it. Flying eagle. I'll get there much faster.
Don't we have a pet
That
eagle on
is
the roof?
That is a good plan,
Well-
but
You might have a rock.
Mhm.
Sorry,
I
explain
mean,
like that.
I hear rocks don't fly very well, though.
That's considerably better than an eagle. Or do you mean? Oh yes. I see
Sorry,
what you
what,
did.
Stren, what was that you were saying?
that is a good plan to take an eagle and drop them in a volcano. But what if they get 17 from what I was hearing? They all just
Yeah, and
vanish while
then
you're
they'll get
flying.
them all.
Yeah.
So we get 10, we destroy 10 first, and then we get another 7 and destroy them, and then there's only 15 left. Haha. Sucks to be them.
All this is presuming, of course, again that they can be destroyed.
I'm going to lay a bet right now that
I
says
was going to
they
say,
can't
or
be.
should we just destroy the ones we've got? If that's the course of action we think is best.
I reckon they won't be destructible.
I'm
And
pretty
I would think that you would probably want to seek advice off of
Eggbert,
Mr. Boris or whatever his name is
Horus.
for
Well,
doing
you'd
something
think-
like that.
You'd think if they were capable of being destroyed, that they would have destroyed them before. They
I
broke
don't
them
know.
up for a. They
Powers,
broke them up for a reason.
Yeah, true. But powers very corruptible.
Oh, and yeah, that is also true.
Or corrupting, not corruptible.
Bib says maybe you should ask our resident celestial expert that we've got here. He's rabbiting away in the library still, never leaves the library.
Are you sure he's still alive? Did someone remember to feed him?
Oh yeah, we take food in for him, make sure he's fed and whatever, but he's still consuming all the books in there. His knowledge is
so that's his actual diet.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
Okay.
High in fibre. High in fibre. Yeah, well, can someone send him a message and tell him to come here, or do we have to go to the library to him?
Oh shit! I'm gonna cast a panicked look around the room and then realise someone's missing.
I just noticed exactly the same thing.
Who's missing?
The shady guy in the corner's missing.
While we weren't looking, he's wandered off.
What's the matter, guy?
All right, so Garath, you go into the library, and Egbert is sitting at the table, and he's just surrounded by books, and he's furiously reading through, and he's got all these manuscripts, and he's writing, and he looks a bit haggard, but he looks extremely satisfied and happy.
So you look like you've been having some fun here.
He looks up, and goes, "Oh, you're back! You're still alive! That's amazing!"
We are, and we brought some stuff, and we want to know what stuff you found. Well, the other guys are off drinking. That's typical.
I've found lots of information. I can share a bit with you anyway.
Yep. So,
okay. Do the other guys want to come in here as well, or do you want me to tell you? Or
no bugger them. No, we should wait for them.
Okay.
But you can give me a quick rundown anyway, because they can listen in.
I've been able to find the location of all 32 pieces, but some people turned up for it, and they actually had some of the pieces already. So I'm trying to work out which ones they've already found. So that's what I'm sort of researching at the moment. I think I've got it all nailed down. There's 6 that's already been found, but I've got the list where the other 26 are. Where the other 5 are, unless you found some. Did you find any in the Great Swamp?
Did we find any? I can't remember. I've forgotten.
Yeah, you found one.
One. Yes, we found one.
Oh, good. Okay, so I can cross that one off. But I'm just trying to work out exactly which one's been found. So I've got the location of all those pieces. Why have you been gone? You've been gone 7 months. Where have you been? Oh, there's the dwarf as well. Hello, Bernard.
Hey, sorry, I'm just had a few ales. I'll just sit down here.
Just go in the corner and take a leak in the corner.
Wait. I'll sit down at the desk and put my beer down on the thing and keep drinking.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Look, so here's what's going on out in the world that I've been able to find out. But there's all sorts of strange things happening. There seems to be things happening all over the place. So the keep down in the yeomanry, we've lost contact with that. No one's been able to get in there. We think that there's some sort of a spider type army that's actually taken over that part of the part down there. They seem to be sort of upright standing things with that they wield swords, and they have clerics as well. It's really amazing. But there's a whole patch of the yeomanry around Keep Kendall that's been taken over.
That's the things that got away from us.
Oh,
I've never seen these things before.
What things are they?
What were they called again?
Do you know what they were called?
Yes.
I do, but I can't hear you talking. I'm too busy.
Just a minute. I'll walk to the door and yell out.
I can't remember
Sir
their name.
Gregory. Sir Gregory, get your ass down here. Bring your ale, and me another one.
All right. One in each hand.
So do you know what these things are called? Because I'd be interested to see.
So Gregory, when Sir Gregory gets here, do you remember what these things are called?
It was something starting with C.
That doesn't help.
Oh, what were they called?
I have that written down.
I don't
Maybe
know. Spider people.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't help me. I've got lots of references to spider people.
Hmm.
Was Chaz?
I remember they worked for a god that was like it was one of Lolth's offspring or something.
And they were working to bring Lolth into the into this world.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
other guys.
So it's cultists.
Yeah, they were the cultists of Chad.
You might
Chag?
want to look into
Jag!
Oh,
Jag!
Chag.
Jag was the god. Or the demigod or whatever.
Chag. Oh, this one.
Chagmat! Chagmat!
Chagmat, yes, that's it. Yes.
Okay, so Egbert jumps up there. Shagman, I think I've got a book on that, and he bursts with excitement. He runs over to the cupboard and
Oh,
the
Shagman.
bookcase,
Shagmate.
and and he goes through and he's running through the book. He picks it out, and he brings out a book and puts a picture in front of you. He says, "Is this what it is?" And shows you basically a hand drawn picture of a Shagmat.
That'd be the one.
Yes.
Okay, well, it looks like a whole army of those has sort of taken over the part of the keep. No one's been able to get in there. The forces at Lothwick are marshalling. They're marshalling the armies and the common warriors to head down there and try and retake it and sort of get it sorted out. But that was about a week ago, so I don't know exactly what's happened there at the moment. You guys went to the vast swamp, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, one of the guys that came here recently came from that place a couple of weeks ago, and it appears that the vast swamp and a bit of the land around there is in a bit of trouble as well. There appears to be this lizard man incursion. There seems to be a rising up of all the lizard men in the area, and it seems that all the tribes have somehow banded together and put aside their differences. So lizard men are travelling to that area, and
Oh, shit.
We'll put
That's
our
not our
hand
fault,
up
is
and,
it?
we'll put our hand up and go, oops, that may have been our problem.
Mea culpa.
We may have caused that one.
Did
how
I
could
do
you
that?
have caused that one?
We might have had someone free while we were trying to gather the thing to stop Lolth.
I'll reach
Well,
over to
It's
Gregory and tap
nothing
him.
to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. I wouldn't worry about them too much.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's a lizard vampire. He's been
And he's
around a while. It's fine. It's
He's in
fine.
a swamp.
Well, that's a bit unfortunate. Is that you really didn't do a good job there, did you?
Oh, we got this. And reach over to Gregory and go, where is it? Don't let me touch it, I'll drop it.
If it breaks in the wound, we'll
Thing.
drop it.
Yeah, I'll bring out the nuke in one hand and the ale with the other. It's all good.
Yeah. Just toss
Oh,
it.
This thing.
so what's that? That looks rather interesting. I've never seen one of those before.
Well,
Be careful with it, he says, while handling it with one hand.
I'll take it out of your hand and give it to him, saying, "Here's something for you to study."
All right, he puts it on the table and he's so exactly what is it? What does it do?
It makes big
Destroys
holes.
things. Makes things.
It makes big holes in little suns.
Oh, that sounds very. I'll have to do some research on that one to see if I can.
Don't read it out loud. I've got a bad feeling about this thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I haven't got time for that at the moment. So he says now, the kingdom of Kek is in a bit of bother as well.
We didn't get told that.
So yes. So the Lord Sovereign King, who is based in the city of Runa, apparently he's been reported he's gone mad, and a whole series of strange things are happening over there. So he's coming out with all these very unusual decrees, and they're just getting more and more insane. He's already poked diplomatic jibes at some of his neighbouring states, and for the last I heard that one of the nearby tribes out of the plains nearby have actually taken exception to some of his comments and are marshalling to invade his country. So I don't know whether that's right or not, but there seems to be a bit of trouble brewing over there for some reason. And then to the east of that, in the land of Ayuz, which is the demon demigod and all of his evil worshippers in that area. They've actually marshalled forces and invaded the wolf nomads to the west. So there's already a full-on war going on in that place. It all started because the Khan of the wolf nomads was assassinated, which would have been regarded as impossible. The wolf nomads are extremely careful to guard their kings or their Khans, but some assassin must have been an assassin of incredible power. Somehow got in and assassinated, and the whole war's just started off.
Yeah, I could think of someone who could do that.
Oh, really?
What was his name? It's like our rogue fella's name, but different.
Duran.
Garan. That's the one.
Quite possibly, I suppose. Yeah. I'm still trying to get further details from there, but and then you've got the city-state of Voluna, which of course is a religious-based democracy, and the canon of Voluna, who is the head of the government, was recently attacked on a peaceful visit to conduct a mass in the outskirts of his country, and he was attacked by supposedly the soldiers from the Grand March, which is completely unbelievable because the two nations have been friends for ages. But apparently Voluna is so upset that their cannon was attacked that they're marshalling their holy knights and all of its peasant army, and they're getting ready to invade in the next couple of months too. So there's a whole heap of just discord and wars and things breaking out all over the place. I've never seen so much dissension across the land. Then there's talk that the sea princes are raiding up and down the coast and raiding villages and pillaging, and it's just amazing. It's just happening all over the place.
Sounds like we need to go put some hurt on people.
Someone's doing a fair bit of singing in the background.
Yeah, whose child's that?
Mine. Yeah.
Did you know your camera's off, Steve?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, when you changed channels, it turned off. I hadn't bothered for
Hearing all of this go on in the library, do I recognise anything?
Well, the Grand March is where you originally served your initial military career.
Yeah, with that, do I recognise more on what's going on between the two and know more about it?
You would think that is a highly irregular series of events. There is no reason why soldiers from the Grand March would just attack the cannon of Voluna. So there has to be some explanation for that, in that the allies of one country have just out of the blue been attacked by a company of soldiers from another company, and then basically war has been declared. So, yeah, you find that extremely odd. There would be no reason for,
Yeah, I look up and my character is showing more interest in that sort of what's being said about the Grand March. But keep silent.
Cool.
Could it be one of our friends, many friends, stirring up trouble?
Well, Egbert says, well, I suppose anything's possible. If you've got people opposing you, well, a lot of these things could be being organised, I suppose, from maybe one central coordinated thing, but it's a pretty amazing level of coordination to coordinate things from one end of this land to the other.
It's almost like they're interconnected.
They've all happened at the same time. It's just rearing up all this dissension and chaos all at the same time.
Yeah, at this point, I see a spider walk on the floor next to me and just squish it. Spiders.
So respect nature.
It was a spider, not nature.
They fall outside the purview. I'm with the dwarf on this.
Justin, can you make a listen check?
List.
Shame I'm not there.
Where is Justin?
18.
In the corridor
Um,
somewhere.
Oh, he's in the
Yeah.
corridors.
Where am I?
He's listening to find out where he is.
Shit. Hang on.
You're in the corridor outside.
If I can't
In the
click,
corridor.
lost.
You're in the corridor outside the bar near Habib.
so if I can't find myself, I can't click.
Oh,
Okay.
You hear the portal go off.
Where?
Oh,
I say,
dear.
I say portal. Do we need to go down there? Where is it?
To the
it's
portal.
back to your screen left and down, I believe.
Oh, in here.
I think, isn't it? That's where we came. Where it is, just here.
Portal say.
Oh,
right.
there. Yep.
All right. So you're gone into the portal room, Justin.
Yes.
You see a guy with a goatee with sort of blacksmithy type clothes, big strong arms, standing at the front of the portal. Good.
So well met. Who are you?
Good to see you again, my friend. Good to see you are safe. How's that bow going?
Do I recognise him?
Oh yeah.
Doris.
That's
Doris.
Doris.
Hang on. My name recognition of names is terrible.
Mr. Dude.
It's,
from me.
it's Mr. Teleport.
Mr. Dragon, Mr. Gold.
Oh, right. Oh, Oris. Sorry, I thought you said Doris. I'm thinking what
Slayer,
Doris the Explorer.
Slayer, Oris,
Yes, Oris.
diverter of rebels, slaughterer of monkeys. Or possible.
You don't have proof for that.
Maybe lover of monkeys.
I don't have proof. I have a very strong suspicion. It's very convenient.
He looks at you, Justin, and says, "You and your group are developing very well. I'm very pleased with your progress. We have much work to do."
Why do I feel like a 14-year-old girl being sized up for her deb?
Because you are.
Let's gather your friends. Gather your friends and bring everyone into the common area. Let us talk. And he makes his way down the corridor into the common room.
All right. Where is everybody?
In the library.
That gets my attention. Just like the dogs, my ears perk up.
Someone's outside the front door.
Fuck is the library?
Along
It's
to
the one we
left-
have.
along
It's
and
the
up.
one. It's one below you right now.
No, along and up for the library.
Oh, the library's further up. Sorry, but he's in the common
Yeah.
room here.
Yeah, he was coming to get
No,
us.
I'm in the hallway.
But I'm just saying this is
Oh.
this is our friendly
All
Boris
I come
right
here and
here.
I just say Oris is back. He wants to see us in the common room.
What is this swirly thing in the middle of the common room? Is that a stairway or?
Yeah, it's a staircase down and up. So it's a spiral staircase.
Okay, and these are couches over here. So I'm just going to take
Yeah.
a plonky seat on the couch, but I'm going to be knees over the back, knees onto the couch, and resting on the back of it with my hands on the back of the couch, staring at him, rather than sitting facing the other way. So let me see if I can.
Oh, the dwarf is gone. I better find out what's going on with that.
No, that's not going to work. I can turn myself upside down, but I can't face myself the other direction.
Okay, so he looks around the room and everyone is obviously looking at him with recognition because they've all seen and interacted with him before. The whole room seems to lighten. You all feel quite sort of... You feel better. Like, all the concerns and worries you have is just sort of not real. What the hell is that?
Yeah, I'll get rid of it.
Where was it? Sorry.
He said the room starts to lighten, so
Yeah.
it's like, cool.
So it's like a feeling of calmness that sort of flows over you. He says, "Welcome, my friends. I wanted to just pop in here and basically answer a few questions that I can. There's much that I cannot say. I wanted to welcome you all here. and to congratulate you on your progress and what you've been able to achieve. And we need to discuss what is going on in the world with what I can reveal. So let me first start by saying that you have all been selected for your prowess. Some of you I found very early on, and I kept an eye over and gave little hints or little directions. I cannot give direct help, and I cannot intervene in your actions, but I am allowed to assist in very subtle ways that doesn't have overarching impact on the final outcome of this particular event that we are all facing. So with that, I'll allow you to ask some questions, and I will see how much information I can give you.
Are you a dragon?
I am many things.
He's dragging his nuts all over your chin later.
Can the gate stones be destroyed?
Ooh,
No. The keystones are indestructible. So the first Celestials who destroyed the Slaughter Gate and then received all the stones spent many hours and months trying to work out a way to destroy these particular stones, and they are indestructible. They have not responded to the hottest dragon fire, the deepest volcanic heat, cold, electricity, magical power. There is no way to destroy them.
Can they be sent out of existence?
No. They are bound to the prime material plane.
So we've got 10 here currently. My count.
Yes. and the opposing forces have some as well.
If I was the opposing force and I wanted to quickly get to the 17 that I need, wouldn't an assault on the people who have the 10 be the most obvious choice, rather than trying to root around and find the individual ones?
Only if they know we've got them.
And whatever.
Only if they know we've got them.
Oh, Wolf knows. Wolf knows.
My question was going to be, where does he think the best place to hide them or put them would be?
To answer the first question, if the opposing forces know that you have them, I think you've answered your own question.
Where's the best place to put them?
Yes, so the common sense thing would be to assault and to try and collect your pieces. If they know where you are and if they know how many you've got. Where is the best place to hide them? Well, we had them hidden all over the place. As you know, you found one inside the tomb of the Undying King. Now, that tomb hasn't been open for thousands of years. So we
sorry about that outcome, by the way.
No. That was part of your purpose why I sent you there. That was one of the items that you had to collect. The other one, of course, was the Apocalypse Gem, which was used by the Undying King to make that cavern. I assume that you have that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And where is that located at the moment?
In the library.
In the library.
Okay. Keep that one very safe. That is the object that keep that with you at all times. Do not let that leave your side.
Can that be
Is this
destroyed?
place here safe?
Sorry?
Can that be destroyed?
No. And if my opposing figure on the other side and his forces are able to gain that item, then they will have a huge advantage, as they will have their cavern created instantly, and then all they need is the pieces of the Slaughter Gate to then achieve their final goal.
Is your opposite bound by the same rules you are?
Correct.
Okay.
So he is able to subtly assist things. There are opposing forces and they are being directed by a central being, and you will soon start to get more information about that particular structure. It's not up to me to reveal that. That would be overstepping the rules. But there is an exact opposite of me on the other side, and he is also moving around, giving subtle hints and directions and chipping in where they can without directly influencing the outcome.
Have we, by any chance, crossed that person's path?
No, not as yet.
Okay. That is good to know.
You have met various lieutenants and underlings of the organisation that you are facing.
Mm.
But you certainly haven't faced all of the arms or branches of that organisation.
Is the Church of the Web one of those arms?
I cannot answer that question.
You cannot answer that question.
No.
What would you suggest be our next thing we should do? Can you tell us that?
We're going to go to Ket to get the next stone because that's where we.
To resolve the situation at Ket and to speak to the Oracle of Ket once you have sanity restored is certainly a critical next step. Yes.
Do we know what's causing the madness, or is that something we're going to need to find out?
I cannot answer that.
Thought so. Yeah.
Can we ask, can the Church of the Web be trusted? Can you answer that?
Can the Church of the Chapel of the Web no more or no less than any other entity in this world?
Is there anything at any of the other teleport locations that will help us in our quest?
Not at this stage.
Okay.
The other teleport locations certainly will take you to areas where some of the other keystones, but the keystones at the moment are almost a secondary. If you recover enough, greatly. Even if they get the slaughter gate, it's going to take them years to get the cavern made unless they get hold of the gem, the
Orbit destruction.
crystal that you have. Yeah.
If they're trying to get the gate and we're trying to stop them from getting the gate, is there any reason why we're gathering these other than purely for the sake of protecting them?
Exactly, to thwart their plans.
Okay.
And to thwart them long enough so that then you can address the real issue and the real threat.
Can you tell us what the real threat is?
I can't tell you directly, but let me say that evil weaves in many shadows and many layers.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say weaves?
Look, weaves. Yeah.
Yes.
Try to look beyond the layers. As I said, I must be very careful of what I do and don't say.
So obviously you've brought all of us, and I'm looking around the room now at everyone here for a purpose.
Yes.
The 5 or maybe 6 of us have a clear mission at hand. What of the rest of these people?
Sorry, what was that one?
The 5 or 6 of us looking around at our group and maybe the new Pally, maybe. We have a clear idea of what we're doing next, but what are the rest of these people who have just been brought here as they're not sure what's next? What for them?
So for all of the people here have been brought together because they've all been selected for their purity of heart and their ability to perform the role that my side of the balance needs performed. So I am a conduit through which forces act, and all of you are the conduit which I can then direct and support. So the ultimate aim was one, to re-establish the Celestials, and you are now standing in a room filled with the new Celestials. And I have these. And he reaches into his pocket and he brings out a series of necklaces. You may wear these freely. These mark you as a leader of the Celestials. There is one for each of you. You are all equal.
How many does he hold?
Enough for everyone in the room.
Oh, okay.
So he basically hands those out. Going forward, how you decide to organise yourselves, that is up to you. I've simply given you the vessel. I have provided people that have, and outcomes that have given you this keep. And that's all been part of the plan as far as setting you up so that you are strong enough to oppose the opposing forces, because you are going to be facing some forces of immense power.
Great.
The machinations of the forces that you have met so far are in a game of chess would be the opening moves. So at this stage, our pawns have moved forward into battle. Some of the knights have jumped forward, but
I look at the Pelly.
The powerhouse pieces are yet to be deployed on both sides.
We have powerhouse pieces?
Looking at me.
I think we are the powerhouse pieces eventually.
I've never been good at the long game. Smash them early and get it over
Quick,
with.
get to the end. Get to the end of the board. Get to the end of the board. That's how it's done.
Yes, but if you are facing multiple layers of shadow and you smash the first shadow, what is behind it? The other layers of shadow.
More things to
You
do.
have. So
Isn't that the point where you just say turn on the light? Come on, light.
all will be revealed.
Okay, so we've got Ked
when
that
you
we
turn
need to
on
go
light,
deal
Rob.
with. What are the other things that are high priority tasks that other people in this room will need to go look into?
That was what I was getting at.
There are many outbreaks of violence and chaos at the moment. All of those have been orchestrated by your opposition. Assassins have been sent.
I've quite literally met. I think I've quite literally met my mirror image.
Yes, you mean Goran.
Yes.
We can name him.
Yes.
Yes. So Goran is certainly a very powerful figure. And he answers to some even more powerful characters.
What was his name? Lord Tarantella or something?
Lord Tarantella is a being of immense power and pure evil. And his actions are part of the whole plan that is being implemented from above him.
We got to take some lieutenants off the board.
Certainly, one way to kill the Hydra is to cut off the heads, but making sure that the heads don't respring.
We have some practice at this.
I know. I saw. I don't miss much.
You appear to be a celestial being of some description.
Well, we all are now, apparently.
No.
Different kind of celestial.
He is much higher celestial.
Yeah.
So the strife that is being wrought around the country is basically a manipulation by the opposing forces. So assassins have been sent, you might possibly suggest that maybe certain soldiers have been dressed up in various uniforms to instigate actions. There are many things that are sort of going on, and the whole idea behind that is to create chaos and allow the darkness to do its plans in the background unimpeded.
Could it also partially be to distract us from doing what we've been doing and make us focus on other things so that we're not focusing on getting the gate pieces ourselves or the keystones ourselves?
Could well very much be part of their plan as well, and certainly to detract you away from your actions and moving forward.
Yeah, I've one now.
All right, well.
But you definitely you need to speak to the Oracle of Ket, because she is able to say things that I cannot. She can reveal some more of the forces that you oppose and give you options to move forward, so that we can start to get some of the power pieces out and start to head towards the end game.
So we need to sit down and make a list of the things that are going on in the world that we think are being orchestrated, which is probably most of them.
And
Who's
you
got the
have,
Who's
and
got
you
the
now
bags
have-
of holding?
I've got one, and
I can't remember which
don't.
one it was in. But, all right, just let me have a look
You
through
now have
your
a-
bags.
he also throws his own. He said, "Look, you now have a team of people. You can dispatch teams of Celestials to those other."
That's what I was
hotspots.
about to say. We need to make a list of what it is and then get volunteers and form groups to go to the other areas.
Yeah.
Because if we do Ket, then we need people to do the pirates, people to do. I wasn't actually in the room for the list, so it's all the stuff that's going on.
I also have our master Dwarven Smith and Rune Smith, whose distant ancestor was actually the constructor of the first amulets for the portals. He still has the knowledge passed down from his ancestor. He's been slaving away in that blacksmithery within this keep. He will soon have a portal key for each of you,
cool.
which will allow you to move freely within the world and to oppose what is going on.
Awesome.
Sounds very good.
But certainly you need to continue to increase your power. If you need to go to Greyhawk as you're planning, please do so. Don't be distracted by these petty smobbles between states. People are going to die. There is going to be loss of life. That is the price we pay to continue to journey forward to get to the end game. What was that?
Funny chat.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it into his hand and say,
You
"This
dare!
was-"
Jesus, no! Please say no.
So, are you actually doing that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, if he's a good fella, he's not gonna care.
He will neither deny nor supply it.
Of course he won't. I
Now,
don't want to see his
where did
reaction.
you found that at the halls of Tizenthane when the monkeys all
That's
flowed up,
right.
didn't you?
That's right.
How do you know that?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, he sees everything.
Especially if he's there.
That may or may not be mine.
Well, that's an admission of.
That
No, druids can shape change into dragons, can't they?
No. I won't push him. He can't say any more. Wink. I'm actually going to say wink, by the way.
I am more.
he looks at you and says, "Now, that dragon type creature that actually directly intervened with the particular problem there and resolved the outcome of that issue. Definitely made a direct impact on the way things were progressing. So if I was to admit that that was mine, then that would be an admission of me stepping over the line, wouldn't it?
As I said, druids can shape change into things. I'm sure you can summon monsters high enough of that level to summon a dragon to fight for you. Many things are possible.
And he winks at you.
In other words, shut up. He's told us as much as he can.
I will say no more.
You have your answer.
Yeah, my grand quest is completed.
How big is it?
Nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more.
How big is the dragon scale? Like, this is the one we've got. How big is it?
I don't know. How big was it?
How about we leave the dragon scale next to the portal, and we'll leave the dragon scale next to the portal, and if it disappears, that's okay.
Or if we get 5 more and I can make some armor out of it, that's also okay.
Either way. If more appear at the portal, we won't complain either way.
Could be helping too much.
Yeah, clearly he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it again. That was we were absolutely screwed. He's yeah.
It was just going to take us forever to kill all the monkeys, but hey.
Yeah. Well, we were kind of getting pelted to death by rocks, but
Yeah, it wasn't going to end well.
I don't remember it.
Is there anything else? Is there anything else?
I'm going to give. Yes, there is one other thing for you. One other thing. I'm going to point it at him with a very serious expression.
Yep.
Very serious expression, and I'm going to hand him a drink.
I thank you for your hospitality, but things of this earth are of no benefit to me.
Oh God! I look devastated. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that was so terrible.
It's fine. It's my code of honor that you needed to be handed this drink.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Can I do a divine check or something to see if I detect a divine presence? As in he's a god or something that I recognize the actual divine thing coming out of him?
Go on, hit me with a number.
What am I going with? In knowledge religion?
Yeah, you can do that.
This should be interesting.
It's a whole 5, so it's not like it's going to be very big anyway.
Actually, if Stream's got that ability in that, he can also make a roll on that one.
Which one's that?
Knowledge religion.
I don't have religion. Oh, hang on.
Did you give me a bardic knowledge check?
Yeah, no, I've had too much to drink, Steve.
Yeah, you're a bit unsure of. Now there should be there's a. You click on your token, Axeman. There's a skill test up the top, and it should do a little drop down, and there should be. Yeah, it's under there. Knowledge religion.
Cool.
And then you just.
It's 5 equals 1 plus 4.
And then just put in your stat modifier. And
Is that the ability modifier?
What was your... So your total...
I'm sure.
I've got your thing here.
So I've got INT 5 equals 1 plus 4. So ability modifier is 1.
So 5. The total
The skill modifier, okay, 5.
Ignore that. Yeah. So just your total bonus on that.
Yeah.
Just ignore that one. I was just doing a test. You don't want my dice.
Situational? I don't know. Is 0?
0.
Yeah, 0.
16.
Okay. You would definitely. You get the sense that there is some sort of power behind him. Knowledge smug. It certainly could be some form of godly or higher power behind him. Is there anything else I can help you with, my friends?
Does he know a good seller of magical items?
Yes. Go seek out Grextor in the city of Greyhawk.
Grexor.
Grextor.
Well, these
Excellent.
necklaces that we now wear
Mhm.
at certain places that might know what they are, because I'm assuming not many people are going to recognise what they are. But are there going to be people in places out there where it'll be a benefit if it's known and if they notice and recognise it? And I'm assuming also there'll be obviously a negative benefit for others, perhaps of the other persuasion or the other side that spot them as well, potentially.
Yep. So your necklaces will be recognisable for good or ill to your friends and enemies, and will mean nothing to most people.
Right. So if someone recognises them and notices it, then that arcs them as one side or the other and actually aware of what's going on in some way.
But you don't have to wear them visible. You can wear them closely.
Do they have any properties of magic or a thing about them? Do they proffer any protections or charms or abilities, anything?
Have you put yours on?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Now, these
Okay.
necklaces, are we allowed to wear these necklaces along with any other magical necklace we have, or is it one or the other?
Nah, you can wear these double up.
Cool, yep. If I've been given it, I'll put it on.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan to me.
Okay. Choose whichever stat you want, and you may add a +2 stackable bonus while you wear that necklace.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Is this all of us?
Yep.
Oh, I can use it with my new armor.
You haven't got your new
Oh, no, I don't know what to do.
When I get my new armor.
So once we've chosen this, it's forever. We can't change it.
Yes. Yes.
God.
Can you take it off and put it back on again, and then like change it?
Just switch necklaces between people.
Yeah.
You can, but it will only modify the stat that you now
Oh,
choose.
for fuck's sake, I don't know what to do.
Okay, so we all choose a different stat, and then if we realise we fucked up, we swap with someone.
No, it doesn't work that way.
They're attuned to us, so anyone that we put on is attuned to us, and it improves one stat. We're attuned.
That's right.
Oh, God, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible choices that all make sense.
I have
4.
three. I have 3 that I could do. Or I could piss Steve off and go the fourth one.
Do it.
I'm sure
Do
I
it
put my constitution up an extra little bit to have an extra 12 hit points.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. 12 hit points is like 20% of what I've got. It's a fairly decent increment.
Oh, here's a question. Can I wear my Hand of Glory and this necklace?
Yeah, it'll stack with anything.
Yeah, he just said it.
Sweet. Okay,
Yeah,
I
he
missed
just
that.
said it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I don't know what to do. Jesus. You go the limit and really max out the one stat, which is where I was going with the item I'm about to buy.
Well, I put it this way: I wouldn't put it on. I
What do
wouldn't
we
put
get
it on
most
strength for you. I wouldn't do that.
Well, no. See, that's actually my negative, and it would turn it into a positive and mean I could carry more things.
Do you need to carry more things?
Yes, because you guys keep giving me wands.
What
Well,
says a
okay,
handful of wands is taxing you, is it?
And 2 loots. And my armor.
What's that, like 7 kilos in total?
He is a very.
And I have a strength of 8, Justin, with a -1 penalty. So yes, it does.
The
That's
minus one
10 now,
penalty is
'cause I've got
only
a boost
for
of
a stat check.
Also affects, yeah, but your strength is also carrying capacity, and an 8 carrying capacity is SFA.
Bag of holding.
You don't need
Yes, I have that, but if you want to get stuff out in combat, it's not really that effective to have that having to be got.
You need like some sort of elemental automaton that lives in the bag, and you can just talk to it and say, "Grab whatever out."
When you're grabbing stuff from the bag, it's 1 round. It's
It's-
just a
yeah.
flat 1 round.
All right, Steve. Mine's going on
Cool.
wisdom.
Okay.
I'm just going to make myself a rather large spellcaster.
This goes with the same, but mine's going on Dex.
What do we think, guys? Constitution or strength? I'm seriously thinking Constitution because it's very low.
I think you're charisma. I think you're charisma personally.
Nah, there's a reason why I go and abruptly talk to people like this.
Yeah.
I have charisma 8, and I'm proud of it.
I reckon Constitution. I reckon,
Yeah.
especially when you get those things of the bigger
Yeah.
belt or whatever it was you were getting.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, I'm with you on that. I'm going Constitution.
Yeah, I'm going to go strength.
Oh, I could go strength.
Yeah, you want to go Dex. Oh, no, because your strength actually increases your amount of damage you do.
Except the bow might
Not on
only
the
be
bows, does it?
maximum.
No, your bow actually modifies to your strength bonus. To it, there's no maximum on it, as far as if I remember right.
Is this
Oh,
guy
really?
special?
Yeah, that's
Really?
what your bow does.
Oh. Okay, cool.
That's what it did. I'll reread it, but that's what it did in the previous one.
So, sorry, to answer your question, yeah, he says go to Grey Hawk, seek out Grextor, tell him that you wish to see the special service for Horus.
Justin, so your composite, to your strength of the wielder. So it's equal to your strength modifier. It doesn't matter what. There's
there
no
you
limit.
go. He's got a special composite.
Yes.
I'm just gonna take 10 minutes, 10, 15. I'll just feed the dogs and make a coffee.
Excellent. I'm going to fill up on real alcohol.
All right, back soon.
I'm going to sit here and agonise over which of my stats needs to go up when they all do.
Okay, here's my personal opinion for you. Pick one of the stats and increase it.
I'm going to.
What?
Thanks.
Really?
I was about to say, I'm about to have a stat at 25. I don't think making it 27 is going to be that big a deal.
No. I wouldn't worry about charisma. You're fine.
Yeah.
I would go for either Constitution or
For
Dex,
extra hit points or Dex for extra armor class, and it's Dex
Yeah,
for armor class that I'm looking
because
at.
you
to be
are
honest.
very squishy at the moment. Very
But
squishy.
Mitch, Dex would give me both higher AC and better to hit,
Look for
Whereas
you.
strength would give you
for
more
you-
damage.
but it's only one. Whereas Dex gives me, ride's not important, but it gives me move silently, hide.
I'm of the opinion that you could go either way, though. To be honest,
I'm an elf. I
you're-
can go either way.
He's an elf, yes. Of course he can.
Yeah. your dexterity is so high now that it
Negligible
extra
increase.
bonuses to hit. Oh no, your power attack's limited, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
Okay, so here's a question. Wait.
What's your armor?
I do enough damage as it is. Hitting more
Yeah.
often is a good thing. It would be
Yeah.
a plus. It would be
Yeah. That's fine.
if I get the stuff that I've written down. My AC would be 29. With this additional dex, it'd be 30.
Is
Plus,
the max?
I'll be an additional +1 on the.
Are you going to? Aren't you going to already beat your max Dex for your
Yeah,
armor?
I
in
think
the-
you
No,
might think
no.
you might. Wait,
No,
yeah?
I'm. It's max 8. I'm on 7.
Oh.
The new,
Okay.
The new
All right.
that celestial armor or whatever
Yes.
Yeah.
is 8, yeah.
All right. Well, look, do it then. I reckon. Just do that. I think it'll.
If it
it'll
does
be
give you the
beneficial
AC,
either way.
it's worth it.
Yeah. Look, it's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be beneficial either way. You may
That's
as
right,
well do that. Then.
It gives me the AC. Yes.
And it does mean your power attack
fuck
thing
it.
is going to hit more often anyway, because you'll have higher numbers to use. So yeah, good.
I'm
Doing
going on
Dex.
Dex.
I'm gonna be
I
right
think
back
I'm
to it.
going Dex as well. The extra armor class, the extra reflex save is probably worth more than anything else.
For me, I have a bit of catching up to do in the hit point department because I had a not so great constitution. I just had a big hit die.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's 12 hit points no matter what you do, right? So it's 12
Yeah.
hit points.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely worth it. And I'm planning to buy a Constitution item, so, you know.
I'm thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it because I've still got 30,000 to spend. I was going to spend most of it on another wand of some kind, which I want, but he might not give it to me because if I can't get that, then I'm going to get 3 or 4 scrolls.
Wish is a very powerful spell, okay?
I'd get it in a wand. Not get that in a wand.
I know you can't.
You can
Get a staff of wish. Actually, when you start getting into staffs, that's when shit gets really expensive.
Yeah.
Crazy powerful and very handy, but extremely expensive. Anyway, I need to get that drink before he comes back. I'll be back.
I could get a wand to dispel magic. It's only level 3.
I should probably go for strength, dex, or con, shouldn't I?
Dex is pointless. You'd be in full plate, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No, Dex is pointless.
Alright, so strength or con.
Full plate, it's either +0 or +1 Dex bonus. So, yeah, no, he'd be unless you took it off, but then that defeats the purpose of having it.
Strength is to hit and to damage, which is really good. Constitution is what fort saves and your hit points.
What about charisma? Being a
It's 16.
Paladin.
charisma is, from memory, is pretty important too. The paladin powers.
I was trying to pump higher charisma from the whole time, but the other guys seem to think strength is better, and I agree with them.
Yeah, look, now that you've got that effectively free stat up, charisma's not a loss. It's a good idea. It depends on what you want more.
Yeah, what do you want to do? Do you want to be a casty paladin, or do you want to be a tanky paladin, or a fighty paladin?
Charisma will boost your Constitution.
Constitution
Also
then.
good.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 16. That'll bump it up to with a +3, +2, so it's 21.
So that'll give you an extra 12 hit points on what you've got now.
So 130.
Oh, you got 20. Have you got what's your Constitution?
16.
We'll take it to 18. So,
Yeah, cool.
Plus
So
one.
Nice.
that'll be a +3. So yeah. Is it still a
So
+3?
But the +3 is what? Yeah, the plus. No, 18 will be a +4, and what that means is you'll get +4 hit points per level instead of +3 hit points per level.
You're looking at the modifier added to. Yeah, okay. All the modifier is just that is what is your end result. Like there's a chart.
Cool.
Yeah,
And it's number minus 10 halved.
It'll give you it'll give you 12 hit points by putting it up by 2.
Okay.
And then an extra hit point every level on top of what you'd normally get.
So if you had 16, you'd end up with 18 Constitution, and that would be a +4 modifier.
And that would up my current HB.
Correct.
Okay.
By 1
12.
per level, which is 12. It'll also increase your fortitude save by 1.
Okay. Well then, con it is.
Oh shit! That increases my fortitude save by 1. Yes.
Okay, so I have a suggestion for the party as a wand that I could potentially buy.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
It is expensive, but it's a wand of restoration.
Oh yeah.
It dispels negative levels and restores 1 experience level to a creature who has added level drain.
We've got that in the spell though from a actually I think the paladin gets that as well.
Does the Pally get that as an ability as well?
Not an ability, as a spell.
Alright, that's what I mean, as a spell. It's a 4th level. When does he get 4th level spells as a paladin? What level?
I'm actually just going to check that because I'm curious.
I'm
I don't
guessing
know.
level 16.
Wow.
Or it could be level 12.
Let's have a look.
I know that
Classes.
They're like a secondary caster.
Paladin.
So very
4th
slow.
level is 14.
4th level comes in at level 15, 14-0.
Yeah, there
Ask,
you go.
but you know one or something?
Yeah,
I've got
you get a bonus.
14.
You get extra one if you have a high enough stat, like the ranger does. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
okay. The charisma for him.
So
No, be wisdom, I think.
No.
Or is it charisma? Is it
Cool.
directly
So it's
charisma?
a few levels away, but
Yeah,
it's
that's a valid point. In our paladin over question, did anyone take the cape of charisma +3 that I was wearing? Does anyone have that?
I have it listed, but I'm not wearing it. So, as in, it's listed as one of the items we picked up, but it's specifically noted as not being worn by me.
Wow!
And someone else was wearing it because I can't wear it. I'm not giving up my
Spider
cloak
card.
of
Fair enough.
Arachnidia.
Maybe throw it on the paladin then. Maybe free charisma. I mean, that's always a good thing.
In which case, then I would definitely put your other thing in combat. Worn by Stren.
Yeah. So, what am I
I'm
wearing?
just going to mark
here?
that down a second, third, 21.
You've just
It's
been
a cloak,
A cloak of charisma +3.
cape, and it adds 3 to the stat. You can't have any magical cloaks or capes or other things because of this, because it's obviously that's the slot, but it's so worth it. Cool. I actually thought you were wearing that.
Oh, I've got the +4.
You got a +4 one now.
I've got a +4. That's why I took the +3 off, because I took a +4.
Right.
Because there's been a couple of.
And none of us really wanted to wear it because we've got other things in that slot, and I hate it because I've got another thing in that slot that's really great because I love it, and it's not really that great. But
Cloak of Charisma, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one.
+3.
+3, yep.
so in which case, putting that 2 points into con is a real winner now. Your charisma's like 19.
Which means his healing's better too. He gets more healing per day because it's based on. Yeah, I think the saving of throws of his spells might be charisma based.
Yes.
But the spells per day he gets based on wisdom. That doesn't matter though because he's already got what he needed.
But yeah, it's just an idea. I was just going to buy a whole bunch of scrolls to do things in combat with, but I was looking at that 26,000 wand, and it's just like, oh wow.
I wouldn't say that it's not a good idea. It really would be very handy to have that on tap if you need it. Like, because Steve is very fond of things to drain abilities, and yeah,
he does have that habit. Yes.
It's probably because he's gone and made us superpowered, and now he's regretting it. So
Yeah, but he keeps making us more superpowered, so he obviously doesn't regret it.
See, my problem is the only dislike I have of the whole ability is that when you get hit, you lose a spell. You lose your highest spell for the day that you haven't cast.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got one 5th level spell, gone. That is a massive loss in a battle.
I throw you another option your way. You have a ring of spell storing, yeah?
I have to be able to cast the spell into it, though. I can't cast lesser restorations because they're not in my category.
Yeah.
I can and absolutely will be putting spell in it now.
You can't do it from a scroll?
No, not for that. Sadly.
I love having solar panels. My latest gas and electricity bill just arrived, $4.93.
Gee, that's awesome.
Have you met Bouncy Matt that ran the video store, Justin? Call him Bouncy Matt. Yeah, the video store.
You're bisexual, bipolar, mate.
Please don't say that. We could be on stream.
Oh, sorry.
He's not. Well, for starters, he's not bipolar.
All right, yes, I remember your Xbox.
Yeah, he has solar paneling on his house, and he hasn't paid for an energy bill in 9 months.
Nice.
He's not making much. He's like it's a few dollars here and there, but he has not actually had to pay a bill in 9 months.
Yeah, but this is my gas too, which is why I'm paying.
Yes. His electricity rolls over into his covering his gas, and he hasn't had to pay a bill in 9 months.
I reckon the fact that I've been
he lives alone. He lives alone. He doesn't do much, but yeah.
The fact that I've been home with my housemate last 10 months is why mine was always negative throughout summer.
It's great. I mean, it's the best thing. I think solar's the best thing. Harness energy for free and not have to pay a bloody power company.
All right.
You're in
Are
a
we
good
go- are we-
spot for solar. You're on a hill.
All right, I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Oh, now you asked Horus about what you should do next. Oh, excuse me. He also says that Stren has a scroll which needs to be investigated. You need to address that fairly quickly too.
oh, hi there, mysterious man.
A scroll, you say?
I do have a scroll, the one that I showed you before, in the portal room that I didn't unfurl because I wanted to show you all together
Right.
in quieter circumstances.
And that's fine. You can do that later.
You can retire to a room.
Now, so with that in mind, my friends, I will depart. We will meet again. Please continue on your journey. Keep your heart pure and be ready to strike down evil at every opportunity.
Enjoy
wish
the
you could.
flight.
He winks at you. If you only knew half of it.
I'll take your word for it. Anyway.
Okay, so he will depart.
Nicholas. I've spelled Nicholas wrong. L-E-S-S. What do you call it? Nicholas of Celestials? Of the Celestials?
Celestial
Nicholas
Nicholas.
You just say Nicholas of whatever plus 2.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm naming it as Nicholas of Celestials.
Now, well, where would you like to go and who's going where?
Well, I think we want to have a look at these scrolls, work out off Habib and whoever else what's going on in the world, look for volunteers amongst the others here to see who wants to go and do what and where, and maybe try and form up teams of, I don't know, 4, 5 or 6 or however many people think is needed for each job based on how many people we've got here, and then...
Well, how about we work on what does a scroll mean? What we need to find out what's on the scroll
Yeah.
before we organise anything.
You lot figure that out. I'm going to talk to the blacksmith.
Yep.
Is there a room that we may go to look
Well, seeing
at
as the
this?
that
You can go to the...
friendly person said we're all part of the same group, why don't you tell us all?
All right.
Everyone here is now the trusted
Trustworthy.
Horus. So
Yeah.
There are no secrets among us group of people that have only met for 5 minutes.
yes, there are. Oh, sorry, right. Yeah.
Is
Well,
there a
that-
big enough
that is
table
the-
that we can all look at
Be
it?
cautious.
All right.
I'd say let's go to
What?
the library. It's got the biggest table. That's the easiest one to.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And Habib
big
is also probably the best of us to look at scrolls, if not me.
Or
Yeah.
Where am I?
Also,
Egbert.
if there-
Egbert, yeah.
This
If there
this
is
has
a
already
spy-
been deciphered by Egbert. So
so he can help.
yeah,
us
have him around and he can explain a bit more if there's anything that I have missed.
Why am I missing? Oh, there I am back there. I scrolled too far.
Come on. Had the door closed, so trying to keep the noise out from people trying to sleep, and the dogs at the door scratching. Let me in, let me in. Go on, get your beanbag. Come on, get your beanbag. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So what's the story with this scroll?
Alright, this scroll was with me, and when I awoke, it was when I got here. The scroll was given to Egbert, and he had deciphered it. It is a map. It tells of a story of the fate of Saint Straden, the Benevolent. He is a paladin of Herinus. And on one of his journeys out to take on evil, he fell in battle, and is believed that his body is still located in the cavern where he met his fate. It also describes that his mighty sword, the Oathkeeper the Reaper, is still with him.
Does it say where he fell and what cavern?
Yes, it's in a cavern in the Yatil Mountains,
Do we know where that is?
just to the north of Ket.
Oh, it looks like that's where we're going.
Eventually, yep.
Okay.
Sound? Yes, and we will happily go looking for more magical swords.
Yes. Fat loops.
And the body of a fellow paladin definitely needs to be recovered to have the proper burial.
I agree with that sentiment.
And I'm happy to tag along.
There'll be things for you to stab in the back. You're good.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all I want to do.
And burn on fire and whatever else you decide to do this time.
All I heard was stabbed. I'm very on board with this plan.
So you got two
looking
guys
at
who are
him
happy to-
cautiously and very wary
of me.
being stabbed in the back.
No. I only stabbed bad
Don't
guys.
worry. If he stabs you, you'll know. It's fine.
I wouldn't worry about him. He's harmless.
Look, I only stab people who are bad or who annoy me.
I've only
You're
been
fine.
around you for an hour or two.
Look, I'm happy for you to go. You're a nice guy. Look, our other nice guys are fine. The bard sometimes annoys me, but that's okay. He's not dead yet.
Bards annoy everybody. Don't worry.
Exactly right.
Hey,
Look, I like you, Axeman. I'm gonna I'll help. Yeah, you're my friend. All right. Well, we know where we're going. Do we want to head to have a bit of rest here? Head to Greyhawk, gear up, and head there.
Yep. I want to go to
Yep.
the... Yep.
Sounds good.
I'm just going to go talk to the blacksmith. Where's the blacksmith?
Also, to the Axeman, we've shared an ale. As far as I'm concerned, I trust you with my life. It's all good.
Hey, and he said bards are annoying. I'm liking him so much already.
Oh hell, jeez. All right. I trust my children's life with you. I don't have any yet, that I know of. But there you go.
When I have some, they're yours.
Where did he go? The people have wandered off somewhere.
I'm going to head to the loot
Okay.
storage and start organising our loot so we can know what we're selling.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've already done that. I've already done it in the spreadsheet, but
You're going to do it in game?
Yeah, all right.
yeah. That's
I
right.
wanna-
I'm not
I
going
wanna
to
chat to the
move them.
blacksmith, Steve.
Okay.
With a very
So,
special
you
request.
Yep. Okay, so there's 3 dwarven blacksmiths working away. Durka Axhelm is the master blacksmith who's sort of directing it. They've got a human apprentice who's in there doing the work as well. So they're all feverishly bashing away and making various swords and shields and
Okay.
honing their skills.
I had a look in here, saw there were 3 dwarfs and a human. Went back to the bar, grabbed 3 ales and a wine, brought them back and handed the ales to the dwarfs and handed the wine to the human because he's a human.
You'll get on well here, lad. That's very, very good. I can do with a bit of a brew. What can we do for you?
I have a special request. It'll be a little bit left of center and you're going to look at me oddly.
Hey, I'm making medallions to teleport people through portals. What more left of centre can it be?
I'll reach into my backpack and pull out the
Testicles?
4 testicles that I have from golems. I actually need to.
Okay, he looks at them and says, "What are they?"
These are testicles
a
from
flail?
golems.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I've been taking.
Okay, he says that is a bit left field. I wasn't expecting
Well,
that.
one was left and one was right. Oh, sorry, no, never mind.
So we've got some obsidian, some stone, some black granite, and a couple of copper ones. What I'd really like, and what I'm looking for, is a really powerful flail, 5-headed flail, that's going to make any more constructs that we come up against, because we seem to be finding a few of them, really fear this weapon is just being in the room with them. They're going to fear it.
Yep.
Testicle
Certainly can be
flail
done.
of construct destruction.
Pretty much. Bane of constructs. I just want to have a weapon
Testicle
that
flail of
they show fear just from this being in their presence.
Yeah, we can certainly put some enchantments on there that will make sure it gives them a hell of a time for sure.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Because yes, they've just been just things we could take from each one as we were going along, just to.
It's not going to be cheap. There's always a cost with putting things together like this. So I'm going to need some materials, even though you've got the bits that go bangy bangy. I'm still going to need to add other stuff to it. So
that's.
I must be getting drunk. Bits that go bangy bangy.
That's fine. As long as I know that it can be done, I will bring you the rest of the resources that you need. You give me a shopping list, and I'll collect them over my journeys.
all right. We'll get you a flail that will put the fear of God into anything you come across. No problems.
I like you guys.
I know I wouldn't want to get hit over the head with a bunch of testicles. That's for sure.
So, Steve, out of character, we were thinking, and I don't know whether you still want to do this or not, but we were thinking each one of the different, like you'd roll a d8, decide what effect you're going to get out of the 8 different
Something
testicles,
random, yeah.
or however, like whatever.
Either that, or
however
just
many you
go,
got.
either that, or just go flame,
So-
sonic, and sonic damage especially is probably a big one against constructs.
If you want to come up with what you want on each head, then then you can activate each one.
I have it written down here. I
I
wrote
know
stuff
we
down.
some
I really did.
We'll figure that out after this session.
Yeah.
But yes.
During the week we'll work that out. Yep, no problems. All right. Now
this is how things get done around here.
I'll say cheers. Thank you for the thing, and we'll get to work on that when I'm back. Hey, these have been collected for about 25 sessions. There has to be something happened with them.
Yeah, I've actually written down prismatic spray whip. Need more balls.
Who would have thought in the halls of Tizenthane when you smash that thing together you were going to start collecting testicles? Like, I just didn't see that coming.
It wasn't even then, though. It was before then. It was in the town, remember?
It was too. Oh, that's right. It was too.
And I said I wanted to take a reward, and I picked up a bit of stone. You told me it was a testicle, so I just ran with it.
That's right.
You brought it on yourself, Steve.
Self-inflicted. Give you guys an inch and you take 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah.
All right.
And this.
Okay, so the other guys have divided themselves into 3 teams. One team's going to go to Kendall Keep to investigate there. There's a number of sneaky sort of guys that will do that. Another team led by Sven, who is from the Grand March, will go to Valuna and try and sort out what's going on with that particular conflict. And the third team, where would you like them to go?
Were they something about the pirates raiding the coast? So if we've got the pirate princess here, maybe that might be something.
I assume she was going to be the sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's going to try and sneak into Kendall Keep and see what's going on there.
But I mean, I wasn't in the other room, so I was trying not to pay too much attention to what Habib was saying.
With the group going to Kendall Keep, I tell them about the what we've experienced with the spidery things.
Yeah.
And just told to be careful of them because they are pretty dangerous.
So what else is going on in the world? We had the pirates raiding in the oceans. We're going to Ket, so that's kind of like where the 2 countries that are going to war with each other.
We want someone to start investigating the temples, the Church of the Web.
Is anyone looking into the assassination of the Wolf King, Khan, whatever it was?
Oh yeah, well that's another one. That's up on the that's the forces of Ayuz.
Actually, did you want to go up there when we go to? One of the things I wanted to start mouse spying on is actually the Church of the Web anyway.
So
Okay,
get Mouse
yes.
to do
Alright.
Mouse to do that.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
part of
and
the
get-
spy network I want to gear up is start sending people out and getting information on the church.
So I reckon maybe either the pirates or the assassination of the Wolf King and then the subsequent troubles that's causing.
I reckon do the assassination and wait for the Pirate Queen to come back to send her out again.
Yeah. All right.
Potentially, yeah.
That's fine. Yep. Okay. They're all going to go in those directions and investigate those. That's fine.
Cool.
Take this ale, it's dangerous to go alone. I don't think he's going alone. No, that's right, he's got an ale with him. Okay, yeah, I see that.
If there's anyone in this room that isn't completely rolling on the ground drunk by this stage, then me and Sir Gregory haven't done well enough.
Exactly right.
I just want to know where the food is because I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded and I really need some food.
Oh, I just gave the chefs more alcohol, so they're probably going to be a bit longer.
Oh, God. I go into my rations.
Okay. All right. So good night's rest. Head off to Greyhawk in the morning through the portal.
Sounds good.
Anything else you wanted to do while you're here?
Don't think so.
Go and feed it.
I think a good night's rest and a soft bed for once.
Yeah, that's true.
Would there be
Alright,
any
hey,
equipment?
Justin,
that-
you should be going up to the rock and seeing if you can befriend it.
I'll do it tomorrow.
We're leaving
What
tomorrow.
was that, X-Man?
I'll do it in the morning.
Okay,
Would there be any other equipment other than the cloak of charisma that I might require?
What
I
do
don't
you
think
have?
we
Well,
What do you
you're a paladin, so a cod piece of power is pretty standard.
Oh, we gave away all the testicles.
Yeah, you need a
That's
holy.
all right. We'll all wait. We're going to harvest more at some point. It's fine.
Yeah. You need a holy avenger, but I think that's what the quest is to go and get.
I think we actually need a wand of flesh to stone to speed up the process.
Oh, God, no.
Can I just point out that making a flail out of testicles is even beyond me? All right, I'll just say that.
It's impressive. The ingenuity behind it.
I'm not sure impressive. I think more like Jeffrey Dahmer-esque, possibly.
Ah, you lack
We're waiting for
imagination.
Justin to go to the dwarves, get him to make a stone vagina, and then use a flesh to stone.
Oh,
Stone to flesh.
Stone to flesh.
Yeah, he can make his own fleshlight.
let's go sleep, rest, heal up. I'm going to cast
Hey,
a
Sir
spell into my
Gregory,
ring, which
do
I
you
have
wanna
not
join
done
the rest of
before.
us?
Where are you located, Michael?
I'm in the passageway.
Trying to get all your.
So Gregory's the one that's not in the passageway.
Oh,
so very
right.
good.
Yeah, okay. Hang on. Throw ale at this fella.
He's too busy drinking.
I'm going to put a spell into my ring. Just trying to
Oh,
work out what's going
Shit, I
to be.
sleptwalked all the way back into the corridor.
What do you think's going to be more useful to have on in a ring as an emergency?
Fireball.
Summon monster. Well, I don't have fireball. Summon monster
Ice Storm.
5.
Teleport or featherfall.
I don't have either of those. So summon monster 5, break enchantment, or ice storm.
Ice Storm.
Ice storm's a lower level, but the other two are quite high. Break enchantment's really good.
Break enchantment sounds pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be a good one to have up your sleeve in the event that
Is
something
it freeze
bad
for curses and stuff? All right, so
happens. Yeah. All
I'm
right,
going to
throw
cast
in
that
there.
into the ring.
And knock.
I don't have knock to put in my ring because I don't have that as
Or
a
if you get an
spell.
Italian ring, you can get Noki instead.
Oh,
That's great.
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is too.
Is that great?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, all pastors. Where is it?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but I think Gnocchi's Greek, isn't it?
Italian.
Oh, sad.
So I'm assuming I have to be able to cast a spell to put it in the ring of spell storing.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a
Is this-
good.
So is that Greyhawk?
Yes.
What's that down the bottom, middle of the screen? Is that like a bloody sporting stadium?
Probably.
Yes, it's a Coliseum.
No one.
So we're talking like lions and Christians, or
Lions and tigers and bears.
Uh,
Oh my!
gladiatorial fights, races.
yeah, right. Yep.
Fill it up with water and put a trireme in it.
Could we
Got to
chuck
do it properly.
could we chuck Sir Gregory in the gladiator battles and bet on him?
No.
It's called match fixing.
No, it's knowing the outcome because we know what we can do.
Yeah, and then Steve sticks like an orc barbarian there against him.
If he dies, he
could
dies.
take
He comes back to life. Hey, one thing. Stren, what kind of shield do you have?
I have a shield of fortification.
Ooh.
I would assume because you fight with an axe, it's two-handed, so carrying a shield is not necessarily the easiest thing to
No, it's only battle.
to manage.
That's what you think.
No, you need one that floats or flies or whatever. But
Yes.
I am
floating
currently
shield.
wielding a one-handed battle axe.
Yes.
You could use a two-handed, but
impressive.
that's all right.
Lesser beings might need two hands to wield that.
Oh, that's right. Fortification was
It was a intermediate, which is 50%.
yeah.
Negate a
If he
critical and
gets
sneak
crit, he
damage
might.
bonus.
Yeah.
50% chance
Which is
to negate a
awesome.
critical.
Where am I getting that echo from?
I don't know.
It's not Twitch.
I have a headset, so I don't know where it's coming from. Unless I've yelled so loud that it's now echoing, in which case I do
No,
apologize.
it's not a loud echo. It doesn't matter. It's just weird.
Do you have the stream going?
I do, but I've got it muted, so it's not that. That's what it was before.
Sure he's not behind you?
You can't see it, but I am looking behind me, just in case.
I'm better at hiding than that.
I
It's under
haven't
the
seen
desk.
you, so it's quite possible. Well, it's time for a police academy speech.
You know the funny part
Okay,
to this
so-
day.
Mm.
Oh,
What
sorry.
was that?
No, nothing. Go.
Okay, so I've just put you onto the plane of Greyhawk. So your reminder that your portal is located in that castle ruin there on the map.
Can zoom in on that.
Oh yes, I remember this map.
Sorry, is it
Oh, because the portal in the one that was in the graveyard, but that was Lothwick,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
is it the white?
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, it's the white.
Yeah,
Travel.
that white thing there. Yeah.
Where's our base?
That's our base.
That is
Or
our base.
Extra base.
No,
Our extra base.
our base was at
Our
the
ba-
Airy.
No.
Yeah.
The one that we're getting the dwarves to.
Yeah,
That's this one.
it. Yeah, that's
It is
that
this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one.
because remember we had to get across the river, and I can't remember, there was something going on last time we came here that was a
So-
bit funky.
So it's
Oh dear.
it's a
Oh
better.
dear. We
it's a-
showed up outside.
So it's about 3/4 of a day to travel into Greyhawk from that portal. So yeah, you sort of get there late afternoon. Right, so yeah, travel through, come up through the layers that was repaired by the dwarves, pop out through the tombstone that's hiding the entrance down. Make your way across the river, down along the road. There's a lot of people on the road as you're travelling along, so seems to be a bit more people on the move and a few more people displaced. There's a few wagons of people obviously moving. Not it's not choppers, but more than what you would have seen previously. You arrive at Greyhawk, the gates of the city, mid-afternoon, and the gates are locked, closed, and guards are standing at the front, which is what is facing you at the moment.
It is a bit early to lock the gates, isn't it, gents?
Well, we are under orders at the moment. There's a lot of dysfunction, a lot of chaos around the area, so we're checking everyone that comes in. So,
Oh, I see. That's all right.
what is the purpose of your visit to Greyhawk?
Trade.
To spend money. Lots
Mhm.
of money.
Exactly.
So you're not locals.
No.
No.
Our horses are locals.
Yes.
Oh,
well,
Jesus. Do we still have horses anywhere in one of the inns?
Yeah, probably.
We have a bill that we need to settle as well.
I would have forgotten we are by now.
No, that was at Lothwick.
Thought we paid them up, and I don't know where our horses are anymore. I've lost track of them.
Lothwick.
I actually thought we'd got back to the Erie, maybe.
Nah, they're at Lothwick.
okay. Well,
We need to send some money to Lothwick.
you've obviously been here before, but things have changed here a little bit. So we now have the city under bonds control. So what bonds control is, I don't know if you've heard of it before, but we issue these pieces of string and rope, and he gives you all a piece. And your weapons, particularly your swords, have to be tied to their scabbard, so that as you walk the streets and enter into the establishments, we can see that your sword is not in a position ready for drawing. So
Has there been trouble in the streets of Greyhawk, like fights and stuff?
we have had a increase in the amount of trouble for sure. I mean,
Wow.
a few months ago, we had a major fire and there was a big brawl in the middle of the town, and there was fireballs and things going off. And ever since then, it's just been trouble the whole time.
I sort of put my hand to my waist, where like above my crotch, pull out my pants a little bit, and tuck one of my bags inside my breeches, just as a better security level. Okay, like I'm protecting my money.
Stop trying to make yourself look bigger.
Yep, cool.
No, I'm protecting my money. If there's trouble in the streets, that means that there's an increase in crime and probably an increase in pickpockets and other ne'er-do-wells.
I'm gonna just look sideways at Sir Gregor and go, "That wasn't us, was it?"
We've been gone for months. It can't be.
There's also we've had to raise a increased militia force to enforce the law in the area. So there is a toll for entering through the gates of the city at the moment, and for your particular group, that's going to be 10 gold pieces each.
What?
Can I have a look, Steve, and see if there's anything on a sign saying that, or anything, or is this guy just trying to roll us over for money? Because
sense motive for that one.
I don't even know if is there a sense motive skill, because I was looking for that earlier and I couldn't find. Oh yeah, there is.
I can do that.
I absolutely want to do that.
Well,
there is a sign up that says toll is due upon entry of the city.
Doesn't say how much the toll is.
No.
10 golds.
that is so steep, sir.
That's like an annual bloody income for a peasant, isn't it?
That's greater than a great.
Oh, that's a yeah.
Let's roll D20.
Yeah, that's
plus
ridiculous.
6.
We're here to spend money, not get butt raped by the guards. That might have enough for a few
But
beers.
23, Steve, sense motive. Do I think he's trying to roll us a little bit? Do I think this is negotiable or non-negotiable?
Okay, he's being very firm and officious. He appears to have. Let me make a roll.
And this is... I do get the idea of paying a toll, and I was happy to pay 10 gold for the lot of us, but 10 gold each is...
Yeah, when you said
Like
10,
that.
I was thinking 10 for your party,
Yes.
not each.
Oh, fuck. I mean, that doesn't seem right. Stephen's rolling double digits.
Yeah, no, you think he's pretty straight down the line, but he's being very officious and very sort of in your face, and is basically making a demand of your group. Yes.
And do a diplomacy check, see if you can convince him of a lesser amount.
I'll do it.
Who's got the highest
What's
diplomacy?
your diplomacy?
I've got a 12.
Mine's 12.
Pretty
I'll
sure
let you
mine's
have
a lot more.
Mine's 16.
Diplomacy?
Oh, wait. Sorry, that's my wild empathy with animals. No, it's 1.
Yeah. What was yours, Axeman?
Let me find it.
And we're here with a man of God, for God's sake.
Just say, we're on a mission from God. And they'll be
On a
like,
mission from God.
Oh, I saw that movie. They got chased by thousands of coppers, arrested and put in prison. No
Question:
thanks.
if we just wander away a little bit, and then someone teleports us to the other side of the wall with some string tied to our weapons, do you think they'd notice?
Possibly. Depends how far away you wander.
Quite a fair way away.
All right. How
Dimension
tall are the
was
how tall are the
400.
how tall are the walls?
We're not climbing the walls.
Why not? We've got someone with spider climb, haven't we?
It's dimensioned or inside the city.
that's
It's
what
not
I
going
was
to cost us
thinking.
much.
Yeah, okay.
15 for charisma.
So we just wander halfway in between two gates, and
Look, I'm fairly confident I could probably crush a coconut with one hand. Ripping the string off a sword doesn't seem that difficult to me.
I don't
No,
know
it's
anything
a,
about this.
it's a.
Yeah.
it's
a
more
symbolic
It's more
gesture.
if it's missing murder on sight.
Would you like me to try diplomacy?
Yes.
Yeah, go
Yes,
for it.
yeah. Go for your life. That's a good move.
Okay, what will I
So,
roll?
what are you actually going to say to the next man?
Has 50,000 gold to spend per person. Worries about 10 gold entrance fee.
Yeah, but it's the principle that
Exactly. It's
Principle of
literally
it.
the principle.
No, we don't have to pay it. Do the thing.
Oh God! Look, I know that you're doing your job, but we are on a mission from God, and we need to pass through these gates so that we can continue on our holy mission. Will you let us pass on a
make you roll.
D20?
D20 plus your
15.
diplomacy.
Diplomacy. Here comes a 20, you watch.
No, 9.
So 9 plus
15
plus
24.
24.
24. Okay, so he sort of he listens to you, looks you up and down, recognises your insignia and where you come from. Oh, my grace. Oh, I do apologise. I didn't see you in the back of the group there. We must ask for toll because we as you understand, we have military forces to pay for, but we haven't been charged to basically assess each group as they come in. So I assessed your group as a group of merchants and entrepreneurs trying to make a good coin at the expense of our citizenry here. So that was sort of the reason why I had the inflated figure.
Merchant.
I mean, we are pretty affluent, but he doesn't know that.
And we're going to spend
Would,
more money than we're going to actually
And you did mention that you were coming here to spend money, so I thought, well, we need to make sure we get our cut for our military forces. But look, would one gold piece each be of acceptable, taking into consideration your ongoing religious service, sir?
1 gold per piece is perfectly adequate for all of us, except for our bard, who can pay 10.
Sorry, I missed. I seriously, a bard who can pay for all of you or pay the whole price?
You can pay 10. The rest of us are 1 gold each. You're 10.
No. Because of your size and slight build. Have you ever heard of the term woman's coin? You can pay that way, okay?
I'm going to get out my pin cane and rent the elf.
I like to spell it more and more.
We just put you in a wig. Put you in a wig and some lipstick. No one will care.
I had typed in something to hit enter with when we went through, but I will now untype it.
I didn't realise we had a bard in the party. Let's charge it at 1 gold piece per person. But if the bard is able to come to the barracks later tonight and entertain the troops with a performance, that would be would be greatly appreciated.
Lipstick in a week.
I will make sure that he comes and sees you later tonight. And entertain all the troops in the barracks.
We'll make sure we buy him
We'll
a
even
free
bring a
dress.
pole for him.
We're all stationed at there's barracks connected to the gatehouse of this particular gate. So yeah,
Not a problem. Is there
if
any
the bard
particular
can come back and
any particular song or music that the troops
I'm right
enjoy?
here. Jeez.
Wow. Wow.
well, we're all soldiers, and we like to be regaled of songs of the glorious past with great warriors and songs of great exploits with brave soldiers. So anything along those lines would be fantastic.
I look at the
If
bard
it happens to have a bit of a heavy metal beat, that'd be awesome.
I look at the bard and ask him, "Do you actually know any songs?"
Bucket-loads. I'm sure I can accommodate them.
That is good.
You could.
You can accommodate them all at once? Good job.
Okay. So how much was that? The sort of 5 gold was it? Or
One each.
Six.
one? 6
Six.
gold.
Six of you now.
All right, I'm just rude. I'm taking that off the amount. That's cool. Done.
Oh dear.
That went
The
off track
interaction
quickly.
unbelievable.
Wow.
They're coming in to spend 50,000 gold pieces each, and they're quibbling over 10 gold.
It's the bloody 60 gold, thank you.
It's the moral.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, that's right. We just saved a healing potion's worth of money. A crappy level 1 healing potion, but no less.
Look,
That
we
healing
might
potion
be we might be here to get fucked, but not by anybody.
Look, Ben, that healing potion you bought for 5 gold, don't drink it. Okay?
Why am I thinking the prodigy baby's got a temper? I like Rohypnol. She likes Rohypnol. All right, so just curious now. Yeah, I've only got a plus 20 performing check, so yeah, you know.
Okay, so you had
It's higher than mine.
Right. You had an inn that you stayed at last time, I think.
Yeah.
Which is where you kind of left Mouse, wasn't it?
Wasn't he?
Sorry.
You left him in Greyhawk.
No, well,
He was
Yeah.
going to keep with us, but he went to Greyhawk, or he was going to go back and forth using the portal because we showed him that way.
Yeah.
To do things here because you were needing him to set up things and.
yes. I already sent him here to start doing things in Greyhawk, setting up contacts, things like that, and grabbing whatever money he needed. Actually, did he grab much money from the thing, Gary?
He didn't take much with him when he first left. Did you leave a portal key with him? You?
No. What was supposed to happen is whenever I told him to leave a note for the guy who came here to get goods, our keep that goblin thing, and to keep in contact that way and keep us updated through that, which I should have asked earlier.
You know, you definitely did that. Snettle has had a couple of conversations with him. He was constantly asking when you were back, and if there was any word on whether you'd found the item of power that you were searching for. And he was always, wanted to know what was going on. But he was able to communicate that.
Yeah.
No problem.
How much money did he take from the keep? There wasn't actually that much in there, really. There was mostly items.
Yeah, it probably would have been a couple of thousand gold tops.
All right, done. I'll take that off that thing.
Say 2,000.
I've deducted 2,000 gold.
Can't believe there's not a WoW gift in Discord. I just have no other words that WoW, but apparently there's not one. I was going to do that instead.
All right. So, yes, you journey through the streets of Greyhawk, and it's sort of, heading into evening. There is a bit of an air of tension. There's people sort of looking sideways, and
emoji.
No one's really talking to each other. Their heads are down. It's all a bit subdued, not as sort of lively and as jovial as was the last time you were here. The inn that you stayed at last time was the Green Dragon Inn, I believe.
Spot the odd one out.
Jesus. In fact, I almost want to copy the one from above again to respond to that. Oh my sweet Jesus!
Was it the Green Dragon Inn? Yes, that rings bells.
That sounds
I
familiar.
think that's what it's called. Yeah. All right. So you find the inn. You head inside, and Mouse is sitting at the bar having a quiet little drink.
Head over to him.
He sees you come through. He jumps off his chair and he runs straight over to you. Oh, my friends! It's so glad to see you. I've been here months waiting for you. I thought you'd gone. I thought I'd lost you all.
Yep. No, what we needed to go on took a little bit longer than expected.
Did you get the item of power?
We got the item we were looking for. Yes.
I'm checking to see who's around us right now.
I've also whacked him in the head and said, "Shut the fuck up."
Right. So and it's with you at the moment, right? Yep. Okay. Look. So I've been fairly busy here, and I've been checking around and getting some contacts, and I've got little spies out all over the place, and I think I have some news that you might be very interested in.
All right. Do we have a safe place we can stay?
Yeah. Look, there's a back drinking room down there. They play cards and down there. So let's go down there. And he throws a few gold to the innkeeper and says, "Well, we're going to use the back room for a minute." So
How do you play cards?
Cards. It's a gambling game. You have these pieces of paper with different symbols on them, and you bet on the outcome. Have you never played cards?
No, sounds interesting though.
I'll have to teach you.
You can hustle him.
Yeah.
I turn to the bard and say, "You can hustle him later. Let's go."
Oh, no fun. Okay,
That's what
so
I'm thinking.
let's get into the back room, and there's a table and sits you all down. Now, are you ready for this information? Are you ready for this news?
Yes.
Play it on us, sure.
I found him.
Which one?
Hello.
Mr.
Now
Kelly.
you're talking my language.
The one you
Found
were
him.
after?
I found Tully.
Where is he?
Is he here?
He's in town right
I
at the
just
moment.
got very serious.
Okay.
Where is he hiding?
He's based in a warehouse on the other side of town. He has.
This was
He's doing his usual trick. He's basically befriending people, and then he's drugging. He's got another offsider. They're drugging them, and they're taking them down to this warehouse and locking them up. And then he's got a slaver caravan coming through and picking them all up, and he's selling them off.
so.
I know exactly what it is.
Okay.
All right, guys, we've got a little business to do, or at least I have.
We
I
actually.
need a blunt spoon.
I'm going to turn to the paladin at this point and go, "Apologies. We do have some unfinished business with someone who drugged us
And tried to sell us into slavery, and is apparently doing it again to other people right now.
Right, show me where this person is. Let's go take him out.
I would recommend, before we go and take him out, is informing the guards we've got to go and do him a service.
Yes, the bard does have to go and do a service, but
No, that we're going to do a service for them.
Wait. Do you think that-
He can service all the guards later.
okay, just imagine you walk up to a copper and say, "Hey, there's a bad guy, but it's okay. I want to go murder him." All cool dudes. You're going to be like, "Sweet,
No.
thanks for that."
Dude.
We're going to deliver. I reckon we just
In
go.
the Middle Ages? Yeah, probably.
We'll
we could go to the local.
This is
Like-
why we have a paladin who has a church in this place. Who
You have to
can go
walk around
and
with
talk to
a
the
string
church.
on your weapon, which
Exactly.
sounds
Yeah, that's okay.
like a euphemism for something. But anyway, it's not. It's a literal string on your weapon.
Work at a
No, we don't
sandwich
have-
shop where you... No.
We do what we did last time. We go and tell the church officials that what we're doing.
Would you
Oh, so we're on
like
a
me
mission
to
from God.
inquire
We're on a mission-
about
we're on a
a
mission from
bounty on this person?
We already know there's a bounty, actually.
So
The
that
bounty's
there's a
from
bounty,
us.
so it is legal.
The bounty's from us.
Oh, there's a bounty on
All of a
back
sudden,
in
I
Lothwick.
like this guy. Can we keep him?
There
So
is a bounty back in Lothwick for this guy's head.
There is. Yes, there's actually a bounty all around the place.
Yes.
This guy.
Oh yeah. So just remember that paladins are lawful good, but in lawful good, there's a hell of a lot of moral ambiguity.
yeah, the reason
Yeah.
I'm saying is we don't want to be outlawed in Greyhawk.
Yeah.
But there's a bounty on
Yes.
his head. So
That's exactly right. But if we warn the guards that we've got to take a bounty, we've got to go and claim a bounty.
Are bounty hunters such a thing in this setting?
I would say so.
I mean, we could be
It's like a
legitimate.
reward, right?
We could be
You
legitimate.
need
bounty
license.
do
hunters.
we
Do you
have
need
the
licenses?
documentation for the bounty?
No. It's a
You
it's
have.
a religious pogrom.
you-
It's a religious pogrom. He I don't know. He cursed God on a Sunday or something, and you're here to sort him out.
Would I be lying?
He probably cursed God on a Sunday. There's 99% chance that he did.
Well, I will say this: he is a slaver.
Mm.
Look, we'll pull out the bit of paper. We'll walk over to a wall that there's probably a bounty written up on a wall in this inn somewhere, and walk back with the bit of paper and go, "This is the guy we're going to kill."
We are going to detain.
Detain, yes.
I
With
will point
prejudice.
out that the last time we detained somebody and we allowed the church to take care of it, didn't they let him go by mistake? Didn't he escape?
Hey, but now we have
am
a
I getting
competent-
something wrong,
now
Steve?
Now we have a competent church member.
Also, this time, he's probably going to be naked when he gets there because we're going to make sure he's got nothing left that he can drink the getaway.
It doesn't. The bounty doesn't say he has to be in whole. We can just bring his head back, can't we?
It's more
that's-
money if he's in alive.
Hang on.
That's
That
money.
is morally against my faith.
But wait, just to make sure he's got nothing squirreled away. Teeth, fingernails, full
How
cavity.
about deliver him personally rather than allowing someone else to do our work for us because we needed to go somewhere else?
Yes. Yes, we're going to get him. That is our plan.
We'll put it this way: if we go and get him, he's probably not going to give up willingly, because he knows that we're after him. Or does he know that we're after him?
He probably doesn't even know we're still alive, to be honest, or remember us.
Well, he did light his fort on fire, but
Steve,
He'd already left by that
that was
time.
a
He
few.
might not
That was
know.
a few fires ago. That was a few fires
from
ago.
from a like law point of view in this world, what do I know about the laws around collecting bounties and stuff like that, and whether you would do this through the church and hand them into the church or hand them into the guards, and what the likelihood is if someone getting to the end of it and seeing justice served.
If he is wanted by the law, dead or alive, then anyone can basically capture that person and present him to the authorities, dead or alive. If he's wanted under religious crimes, then the government would step away from that. That would actually then have to, if he was a heretic, it would have to be collected and taken to the relevant temple.
So, Mouse, have you seen any notices on his head here in this town? We know they existed in Loftwick. Have there been? We've been gone 6-7 months. Has there been anything?
Yeah, hang on a minute. I think there's one out in the common room out there, and he gets up, goes out there, and brings back a poster with Tully's wanted on it.
Hey,
Even
correct
better.
me
We don't
if
have to
I'm
worry
wrong.
about it.
That was lucky.
correct me if I'm wrong, but is our friend here Stren? Was it? Stren?
Mhm.
Hey, you're a follower of the god of justice, yeah, or the god of revenge, or what was it? Vengeance?
St. Cuthbert.
Retribution? I reckon this is actually a holy quest at this point. Like, seriously, retribution is what this guy has coming.
The portfolio of St. Cuthbert is retribution, common sense, wisdom, zeal, honesty, truth, and discipline.
Zeal. There it is, right there. Zeal.
Honestly,
In the fine print.
yeah, but you've also got honesty, truth, and discipline there. So
Honestly, I have every intention of killing this man. There's honesty for you.
And his domains are destruction, law, protection, and strength. So yeah,
Legally,
he's
we're
one of the
allowed.
ones
Legally, we're allowed to kill him. It says dead or alive.
that-
We're
So
on.
the poster is there has a 1,000 gold piece reward for the capture of Lord Tulwell, but it's definitely a picture of Tully for various crimes that are listed, including fraud, forgery, and kidnapping.
Well, we can
wanted-
vouch for the kidnapping. We can definitely
Wanted
vouch.
dead or alive.
All right.
So
All
to
right.
be honest, I don't want him dead. I want him suffering every moment of every day for as long as he lives.
I believe
And
that,
I'd like that to be a long time.
I believe that we go and inform the authorities that we are searching for this person, so that everything's above board.
What do we reckon? That sounds pretty good to me. I don't think they're going to have it.
That's what I suggest.
Mouse gets his concerned look on his face.
Mhm.
Oh.
I don't think that would be a good
Is he
idea.
bribing the authorities because he's still operating in the city? So presumably he's got some.
Well, he's getting a slaver caravan to come in and pick up his goods in and out of the gate. So how do you think he's getting them in at this point?
The guards are corrupt.
Let's just go and kill him.
Well, not all of them, but certainly anyone can be bought in this day and age in this location. So yeah, he has a number of the guards in his pay packet.
Well,
And I don't know which ones exactly.
well, in that case, we're probably obligated to deal with it because the guards aren't going to deal with it. So, it needs to be dealt with. Otherwise, more people are going to do it.
How much weight does the church carry in the law in this place, Steve?
Quite a bit in their own areas, but there's in the back streets and around the warehouse areas.
Well, what I mean is if we caught this guy and we took him in, let's say we don't kill him, just for I know, I really want him dead too. But let's just say we don't kill him and we bring him in. Chances are, if he's got anyone on the guard's payroll on thing, he'll get something slipped into him and escape or whatever.
That's right.
What if the church is involved in bringing him in officially, though, in some way? Either he's brought to the church to be held. Highly unlikely anyone in the church would be actually bribable.
It was the church we gave him to last time. That's who he escaped from.
Yes, but he escaped on his way there, not actually once he was there.
Was in the custody, though.
What do I know of the knowledge of religion in this town?
It's in Cuthbert's here.
Okay, so various religions there. So there's different temples and that. All of the temples will not enact any punishment on someone unless they have committed crimes against their particular temple or way of life or congregation. So, being a slaver, probably something that St. Cuthbert would look very disfavourably on, and you could probably put him up for a trial by the local priests and canons, and he would probably be burnt at the stake, or hung, drawn, and quartered.
And is St. Cuthbert the dominant religion in this city?
It's one of the major ones. There's no real dominant ones. There's temples and religion based around just about every possible deity. There certainly is a chapter house here, a strong chapter house, yeah. So you could capture him and take him to there, and they will take your witness statements and put him on trial, and yeah.
I make a suggestion of we take him back to St. Cuthbert for prosecution.
I like the idea of trial by fire.
You didn't
I
hear
think
that.
how much
Mouse sort of looks around and says, you can try and capture him, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well,
Is that
look,
a challenge?
If he doesn't want to surrender, we'll have to beat him to death. I mean, beat him to submission.
Yeah, well, there is that.
Well,
He can always be revived to face punishment.
When do you want to? I know he's there at the moment, and we probably don't want to leave him too much time to head out with the next caravan. I don't know when that's arriving. What are your thoughts?
Steve, it's still only early afternoon, isn't it?
It's sort of heading into evening, so it's probably around mealtime, about 6:30 there, about 5:30, 6:30.
Classic Gorath. How about we go now?
Do it. Let's do it.
Do it. Okay.
Am I going to have time to do what I need to do at the barracks later? Is it going to take us long, do you think?
We can come back to the barracks. We should have time to get to the barracks. We don't want him to know that we're here. If he's got spies in places, if we go now, we've got the best chance of catching him. Yeah, catching him unawares.
Alpha strike at the beach.
Okay.
Do we know the time of day?
It's 6:30 or 6-ish.
It's about 6:30ish. Yeah. Sun's going down in about an hour.
Let's get him.
Let's head that way.
Okay, so Mouse says, "Well, get yourself ready and let's head down and take him out."
Yep, done.
All right, so he leads you down out of the inn and down through a series of streets. There's a few patrols going through the streets. They sort of look you up and down, but no one pays you too much attention. You make your way down into the working area, and there's a paved road that goes down, and at the end of that paved road is a big doorway that opens up into a large warehouse. It's completely surrounded by buildings. There's no gap around it. They're sort of wall to wall. So there's basically only one door in. Just as you sort of head to that pathway, you see a fairly dirty-looking, scruffy sort of guy walking down the pathway, and he opens up the double doors and goes into the warehouse in front of you. Now says he's got a few blokes that come and go. They're obviously out casing people and looking for things. So that must be one of his underlings. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be in there.
Did you want to come with us, Mouse, or do you want to stay safe?
Oh no, I'll come with you. I want to see this.
Okay. Don't die. I need you.
Okay.
Steve,
No.
can I do a sense motive on Mouse?
Yes, you can.
What is my sense motive?
Well, it's the skill
It's
that you
a
use.
skill. Yeah. Yeah. We're on the same page.
Oh, pay that one.
Oh, nice.
Sure are.
26.
26.
6.
I'm just a bit
I
wary
should-
that he was very, very interested in the Power Stone and very interested in getting us in this area very quickly and wants to be there. So I'm just a little sus on that. And not
I had to say, it did trigger something in the back of my head too. So, not enough for a roll.
Wait,
but
did any of us know this guy beforehand?
Yeah.
Mouse, yeah,
Mouse?
we've saved him a couple of times now. He's from Loftwick. Loftwick?
No, he's
no,
from the Keep.
Keep.
From Kendall Keep.
Yeah.
From the Candle Cape.
Yeah, so I trust him. His motive seems a little sus on this one. That was all my thing. So I just want to get that feeling of if he's telling the motive's pure or not.
Mm.
It's a good idea. We've actually been very trusting, so
just like, what the hell? Who are you, and where is the rest of the group that I know?
Yeah, he's very he certainly, you definitely got the feeling that he was very interested in the power supply, and he's very keen to have a go at catching Tully for sure.
considering Tully captured him and drugged him, and
We don't.
He certainly is a little bit more excited than what you would sort of think that he would be.
Mm.
Rightio.
We need to go tie him up somewhere and have a chat.
I've just spoken in Dwarvish and just said, be wary in Dwarvish.
I reply in my Dwarvish as noted.
Knowing that he could know Dwarvish, it was nothing that was... I wasn't saying anything, just be wary where we're going.
Okay, so he sort of, are we going to go see if he's in there, and how do you want to go about it?
Lead the way.
Don't we?
Okay.
Do we want to be stealthy about this, or do we want to just barge
Do
in?
you want me to sneak down there and have a look, or?
No.
I reckon me and Justin go sneak down there and have a look.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. And if anything's sus, grab Justin and teleport.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can you teleport with me?
Only 30 foot, but I can teleport in case we get.
It still gets you further away, which is good.
I'm going to put on my hat of disguise and just make myself look like, I don't know, something. What should
A
I look
regular
like?
gnome. A regular gnome.
No.
As opposed to a suspicious gnome.
No, if I was going to do that, I'd turn myself into a knoll, and then I could just look like a regular knoll.
Oh. So me and Justin are going to hide and move silently, I take it? Can we do that, Steve?
Yeah, okay, make a roll.
You sure you don't want myself and Bernard to do the hiding? We can do it. It's fine.
Where's our tokens on here so I can roll?
Oh, I was just using the advanced roller.
All right.
Oh, come on. My hide is a full -7 at the moment.
So hide check is
That's impressive.
Hide or move silently.
hide first, so we've got to hide. That's 25 for me.
Damn it.
Plus 18, my God.
All right, mine.
Michael, mine's -4, so you know.
All right, that's 32.
Full
Where-
plate will do that to you.
Where did they go?
And then
Okay,
move
so
silently is
You've travelled the 30 feet down the pathway to the door using the shadows, and so you get down there no problems.
Ninjas jump out off the scaffolds.
Move silently is 39 for me then.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You plus 28.
No, I rolled an 18.
Sorry.
Okay, so you get the door is open a little bit. You can sort of peer in. It seems to have some sort of lighting inside there.
Yep. What can we see?
Okay, so just inside the door, runs about 10 feet. There's basically a wall of crates and barrels and things that's basically blocking your way in. So it sort of makes a corridor just inside. So the door would open up, and you can go left and right around this collection of crates and barrels. So you can't see into the warehouse. You've sort of got to go either above or through or around this collection of crates and things.
All right. I am going to use I'm going to say whisper to Justin. I'm just going to disappear for a moment.
Like for.
And I'm going to, so rather than opening the door any further, I'm going to see if I can dimension door as far as I can to one of the sides.
So on the other side of the barrels, or to the left or right?
Go to the left or right, still behind them a little bit. Go to the right, say.
Yep.
Just so I'm
Right,
still,
so trying to sort of be able to see around. Yeah.
see around, but stay.
Okay, so not a problem. Yep. So you basically pop over to that spot. You look around the corner. You've basically got a big open warehouse. There's piles of barrels, and there's a walkway on the second floor. So it runs all the way around. There's a staircase that goes up. You see a large metal cage. There's about 3 or 4 people tied up, quite unhappy inside that metal cage. Alongside that cage is a desk, and you can see a guy sitting at the desk writing away on some documents, and he gets up to check on the people, and as he sort of gets up, and you can see in profile, it's definitely Lord Tully.
Okay.
And he goes back to his table and sits down and starts writing. The guy that you saw come into the building, he comes from the left-hand side. There's another room off the side. He comes over, he checks, asks him something, and then goes back into that side room.
Okay. And there's no one else around I can see?
Not that you can see, no.
All right. I go back to the door, but not opening it. I'm going to leave the door as it is and just whisper to Justin, get the others.
All right, I'll carefully sneak back. Wait.
Yep.
I'm
So
whispering
you-
through the
you
door. The
told me
door's
that
open a little bit.
So you told me that you saw him?
Yeah.
All right, I'll sneak back.
So I don't want to touch the door until we're about to burst in the room, or get them to burst into the room.
Yep.
How far is the desk from where I am watching?
About 40 feet. It's a pretty big warehouse, I think, 40, 50 feet.
Okay.
Steve, hold monster spell says this spell functions like hold person, except that it affects any living creature that fails its will save. So can I assume that would work on a person as well, like because it says any living creature?
That's right. Yep.
So I've got a hold spell on him that I think is going to be very difficult for him to save. If we want to try that at the start of a round of combat of some kind.
Yeah. All right. So Justin's gone back to the group.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you
And
made your way. Yep.
Yep. I'm going to keep an eye out, watching him while they come back.
No, he doesn't detect anything. He's happily adding up some things and writing some letters and processing a few documents.
Okay. When they get to the door, hopefully they haven't been too noisy. I'm going to tell Justin again that when he sees me disappear from behind the barrels, for them all to rush in.
I have a spell that I could use if we time it right that could freeze him. Completely no actions. He gets a chance to stop the effect of the spell, but can do it in such a way that.
Actually, okay. So just before I go back, How many? So how many were in the room?
2, as far as I could tell.
All right, so let's assume 4. Look, let's assume there's others we can't see. All right, so like I've been saying, okay, so we have a plan. We think we could see 2. There might be others in the room. We should be able to get in there. We're going to wait for my signal. I'll let you know when to move.
Can I get to within line of sight of the window, but maybe like 100 feet away from it? So that or 50 feet away from it or whatever, so that I can kind of see through the window and see him, but that he's unlikely going to see me because I'm a fair way out? Or is it like the window is only like a street, and the other side of the street's another building, and there's not that much gap?
You know, the sides are actually, but you can't get down the side of the warehouse.
No,
So,
I mean from where they looked
you-
in through the door or whatever. What's the furthest away I could be and still see him in that?
Well, no, because there's that row of barrels in front of it. You've basically got to go in and then go to the left. You can't
Alright.
see in.
Fuck it, guys. I'm going to make myself invisible.
Just disguise
Is anyone else?
Disguise yourself as Lord Tully and walk through the door and talk to him. And then confuse everyone by being exactly the same person that he is, and then everyone's going to get confused in there.
So Steve, have they got to the door yet? And I've told.
Yeah, they're at the door.
Yep.
Well, he wouldn't know who I am.
All right. So what I'm planning to
there it
do is, when I disappear, I'm actually going to teleport to him and do one attack on him, a surprise attack round on him. And that should give enough time for these guys to, as soon as they see me disappear and do that, they should be able to burst in and we start the combat.
All right.
Correct.
Steve, I want to cast invisibility on myself, and I want to be somewhere close to looking through the window. I'll let people know I'm going to be standing here. Don't bump into me.
So you have to be on the end of the row of barrels.
Basically,
Right.
I just need to be able to see him to target him, and I want to prepare to cast Hold Person, and I want to use an ability.
The other thing is I'm going to be applying Drow Poison to my blade.
Okay.
So I want to use an ability for the first time, which is to make my DC higher.
Cool.
Okay.
Called Song of Arcane Power.
So we ready? Do you want to do a map, Steve, or we're not going to worry about a map?
Let's just do the first round because it's getting to a point where we're going to have to pull the pin in, so the combat will be next week probably anyway.
Okay.
Do you want us to put us on something so we can have tokens to select, or you just want us to make our first rolls, just as in typing them in?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right. No, well, actually, what I'll do is I'll just.
No, because if we do it on the thing, it'll save it.
Yeah, well, that's true too. I've got a map, but it's just not quite right. Hang on 1 second.
Because I want to use this ability. This is going to be fun. I need to cast invisibility.
Too late for a thought.
No?
No, not at all.
Well, he has no idea who I am. He's never seen me before.
This is a valid point.
I could walk in.
But if a stranger walks in, it's going to be...
It's got to know we're here.
Alerted.
This is going to be a full surprise.
Especially a man of God.
But you've got invisibility, so you could go behind him while I've got him distracted.
I don't need to be close. I'm not hitting him with any weapons. I'm hitting him with a spell.
Nick's character wouldn't mind that.
But the problem is, we get it. I'll get 3 backstabs in on him.
Oh, you won't have the element of surprise?
Mm.
No, I'll have the element of surprise now. I'm
Yes,
teleporting
but if I
right
walk
next
in,
to
he
him.
won't have it.
When element of surprise. Plus, he can call any guards.
through. Might see a paladin and just go, "Hey, what the hell are you doing here, guards?"
Well, he is a lord technically, so
There you go. Is that loading up right?
Yep.
Okay, hang on.
So Nick is over there. Oh, that's Justin, sorry.
Oh, I'm over there, am I?
No,
Yeah,
that was Nick. Yep, that was Nick.
So
Everyone else is sort of at the door, but then make up,
So I'm there, aren't I? I'm here.
You would have made your way, if you went to the extreme right, you would have been over there.
So, hang on, are these the barrels you're talking to where we've got
Yeah.
like a line of sight?
So
And this is
you can't see through that. That's a blocking line of sight completely.
55.
Solid.
Where can I see through?
Anyhow.
Down there, so I need to be
50.
there, somewhere like that.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm invisible. I can climb a wall. I don't want to, but I mean, I can just be sort of standing. Even if I'm standing there, as long as I've got line of sight on him.
You can be hanging off the roof above him, honestly.
You need my hands to do
Well,
the spell.
that door,
Is
I haven't opened that door because I don't know if it's trapped, alarmed, or what.
Which door is that?
The door that was on the jar. That door that was there.
So that door there is basically open enough for anyone to be able to walk through. And that door behind you, Nick, that doesn't exist there.
Yep. So first round, I'm going to teleport to there and stab him.
All right. Just move back to the moment. So that's going to be your intention.
Yep.
Shrug, you're over there getting ready for spell.
Yeah, so my intention is as soon as I see him, use my Sublime Court ability to increase the DC of the next spell I cast, and then cast Hold Monster.
Okay.
Which can happen in the same round because it's a free action.
Next man,
Sorry, it's
what
a
would you
move
like to
action.
do?
Sorry, it's a move action.
Shouldn't we be doing a initiative?
Well, was before initiative.
I just want people to declare what they're doing, and then we'll
Because
go.
I was telling
Well, I
them
want to
to
sneak
come
up
in.
to here. I want to sneak up to here and then ready a shot.
The more people that come in, the more chance he'll notice us.
Well, I can sneak better
You
than
can sneak better, but that's why the bard and everyone else was supposed to be waiting just outside the door while I did the first attack to distract him.
Well, yeah, that's right. I'm basically just going to go in and just pot him from range.
Yep.
And I'm invisible, and I've got a decent move silent. So
I'm going to wait here for the signal.
the hide is my problem, not the move silent.
Now, have you oiled your armor today?
Nope.
Okay, so there's going to be one surprise round, which will be Nick is going to teleport and attack. If anyone wants to do anything on the surprise round, you need to be ready to act at the same time, and then it goes with
So
initiative.
basically, if I hear a surprise and alarm, I'm just going to charge as fast as possible into the room.
I'd be the same. If I know Nick's doing that, I want to basically, as he's doing that, I'm going to pop around and ping him.
Fire. Yep.
Okay. So is everyone else going to wait outside? or
I'm
you
where
gonna
I am
come
now.
in?
I'm invisible, and I'm going to come in.
Everyone else is waiting outside?
Yeah, I'm just leaning on the wall waiting.
All right.
I'm basically,
Alright.
if he tries to run, I'm going to make a beeline for the door.
So
Block
pretty
him
much,
off.
Mitch is standing there in the full sprinter's crouch, ready to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do surprise round. Let's go.
So I'm
All right,
teleporting to there.
all right, so you teleport to there. Justin's going to pop around there. Everyone else is running in, are they?
Oh, well, I'm already in station, so
While we're waiting for the signal and the yells and screams.
So then as soon as we do this round, then it'll be initiative for everyone else acting.
Okay, cool.
you do your attack. I'll do my spell. Does Dustin get a move and attack this round because he's already in position?
Yep, a 5 foot step.
I'm quite happy. Like Justin could signal. Like if you guys want to move on this surprise round, you can do that as well.
Oh, cool.
If you want to wait to the next round, that's fine as well.
I feel that if I'm moving, I'm that noisy that I feel that I should be waiting till at
Yep.
least he's been stabbed before I move.
Yeah, well,
I'm
you're not going to get the signal until after the first knife has plunged into his cold
Yeah.
black heart.
So I feel
But
like
it is-
first round of initiative I move.
That's fine, but it is a surprise round, so
You'll
you
be
could
able.
have it simultaneously.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's your call. If you want to stay outside, that's fine.
No, might as well run in if it's all surprise.
Yeah, all right.
I'll wait outside still. Just because I'm just going to watch from behind. Keep an eye on Mouse as well.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure no one else is coming from outside. Just make sure we're not going to get cleaned up from behind. So I'm just going to watch the door from outside.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
Right, so-
do I attack Steve?
Yes, you can. Make your roll.
Right. $31.
That hits.
Cool. Okay. Do a fortitude save, DC 13, and fail it. Could be funny.
Unlikely, but it will be funny if he does. What's that, Skip? Oh, Tully's in trouble.
So what's
There's a well.
what was the save again, Nick? Sorry.
Fortitude DC 13. Come on, we need a classic Steve roll.
Fortitude save.
Oh,
No, because that would have been funny. It was if he failed to save, he was unconscious for a minute.
he was going to need to roll a 1 because a 2 passed. So I guess you just roll normal damage and stuff now.
Yep, I'm doing that now.
22d6 or something like that.
No, mate, it's only single attack because I moved. Plus,
Was there anyone else in this room other than the prisoners? There's no guards that we can see at the moment.
Only the guy that disappeared underneath the northern sort of. There's a room underneath that walkway.
29.
so 29 damage.
Okay. All right, so you've stuck him from behind.
Yep. Oh baby, without lube. 29 damage from it.
Okay. So now we'll go to initiative.
I know.
I don't get to do my spell in the surprise round, which I was hanging on to
Yeah.
specifically.
You can. Yep.
And Justin's attack as well.
So
Yep.
I roll a total of 34, which gives me a +4 to the DC of the spell I cast, which is hold monster at level 5 spell. Sorry,
Okay.
level 4. No, level. Hang on. In my sheet.
So what's the DC to?
It's level 4, so it's going to be my spellcaster 10 plus 5 for my charisma is 15 plus 4 for the spell level is 19 plus 4 from the sublime cord ability that I just rolled. So 23.
23. And is it a fortitude save?
Will save. That rolling that perform check to get the extra +4 is really good. If I can beat 30. +2 is still worth it every other time. I smell trouble.
Poor roll.
So,
Even with +16.
subject becomes paralyzed and freezes in place. Is aware and breathes normally, but cannot take any actions, even speech. Each round on its turn, he may make a new saving throw to end the effect. That is the full round action, but it does not provoke an attack of opportunity. So basically, he burns his action and makes a new saving throw, same DC that he's got to pass. And it says there, a winged creature can still flap their wings and... cannot flap their wings and falls, and a swimmer can't swim and may drown, but he's obviously neither of those. So his action next turn, he'll get to make another save. That will end his turn one way or the other.
which is actually funny because now he's prone. I can actually do a coup de grace.
Paralyzed, not prone.
Ooh, is it different?
Prone's lying on the
No,
prone's
I
lying
understand.
on the ground.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
Prone's
but,
also on your ground, back on your back, but in terms of coup de
it's
grace-
helpless. Yes, a paralyzed
Yeah.
character is a Dex and Strength score of 0 and is helpless.
The
Yes.
thing is
Yep.
that Justin, your attacks won't have that because they're all done
Yeah,
at the
what?
same time.
Range. Yeah.
Plus, a range attacks, coup de grace can only be done by hand to hand.
Yeah, but he's also his AC.
Justin, you got a problem. You got a
Hey.
problem too. That's a column in the middle of the thing. You can't see him through there.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, so you'll need to make at least a 15-foot move
Oh,
to be
wait.
able to shoot.
What if? Oh shit!
You've already made a 5 to jump out.
Ah,
Yeah, you have to go to the next square, kind of.
all right.
You still get one shot.
I can use my haste boots too. I can 2 shots.
No, you don't. Haste only gives
Haste.
you a full attack.
Yeah.
I can use that mini shot ability then.
Yes, you can.
What's the penalty on that?
-4, or might be -6 if you're doing 3. I can't remember how many you've got yet.
As a stand action, you may fire many arrows at a single opponent within 30 feet.
Yeah.
Doesn't say what
Okay.
the penalty is.
Yeah, it's I think it's -4 if it's 2 arrows or 6 if it's 3.
Hang on.
Okay, so coup de grace, when I do it, he's got to do a fortitude save, DC 10 plus the damage dealt, or die, including my backstab damage and any bonus damage I do.
Jesus.
Yeah, -4 penalty.
Do you want to try and coup de grace him, or do you want to try and knock him out?
I'm going to try and coup de grace him.
Ah,
Ooh. It's like murder, man. That's so uncool.
Well, we're taking him out quickly.
I'm not
So,
in
like,
the group,
if-
so I don't know what's happening.
So if that was on the previous attack, it would have been a DC 39.
Yeah, so he would die instantly if you did that. And you'll get backstab again, so you're probably going to get, say, 28 to 30 or something like that anyway.
No, it's got to be closer to 11d6 plus 10.
Jesus
Because he gets a
Christ.
full attack.
That's one attack. Because I get backstab plus my fireball ability. Or actually, no, I'll do Bone Crusher. It's an automatic critical hit.
Oh, God. We might not even need the bloody extra damage from the coup de grace to fort save. He might just die from taking 100 hit points.
No, it's not going to be 100. Average
It's already-
3.5.
Justin's going to hit him twice, and he's already taken 29 from you.
I
Or
was just
20, yeah.
just enrolled yet.
I haven't. I'm waiting for you guys to finish.
Mine to finish.
Oh, I thought you were looking up stuff while we were just muttering.
Yeah,
waiting for you.
we're waiting
Oh,
for you.
You're talking, so I was waiting for you to finish talking.
Oh,
Sorry.
start rolling dice.
Didn't realise.
Right. So mini shot is it's the same attack. So basically, I roll once. The base is 20. So my base is 25. Mini shot is -4. And plus- do I do the crit damage? Oh, sorry. Do I do the maximize damage? What do you reckon? So I'm at plus 21.
I would worry.
Wouldn't worry. Yeah. Better to try
It's
and
better
hit.
to hit.
So I think it's got to move to there. All right. Attack roll. Ooh, does that hit, Steve?
Yes.
Well, he doesn't get his dex bonus anymore either.
I would say he still does because this all happened at the same time.
Oh, true. Yeah.
It won't matter. He probably will be hit with a with a
Yeah.
roll of 30 on a
Yeah.
surprise attack. He'd be
Okay.
flat-footed.
Yeah. So we have. Okay, so it's D8 plus 7, plus there's an extra D8 because he's Bane weapon. Plus there's an extra plus 4 because he's human. So what's that, Hound? So it's and there's an extra
Is it a
D8
bane against,
fire.
is it a bane against humans? Is it?
Remember, I said my default is humans. If I don't say otherwise.
Oh,
He did.
you did, yeah. True.
So if I had that as 19 before you hit 19, and therefore it's a D8 plus 19, and then a D8 fire or something like that.
No, so it's it's D8, 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 7, 4. So it's 3D8,
Oh,
3D8 plus 11.
okay, there you go. Sorry, I was adding 8, not the D8.
Mind that.
And you got 2 attacks, don't you, Justin, or 1?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
So the first one does 32. Yeah, that's actually.
The second one, because it's multi-shot with a -4 penalty, don't you just hit twice?
He's got to roll twice, don't you? Or is it just hit automatically twice?
No,
Just hit
the same
One
attack roll.
Yeah,
Ah,
one
cool.
attack roll.
And if it hits, they both hit. If they miss, they both miss.
Oh, cool.
So that's 32 and 25.
So he's taken 84 points of damage in the surprise round and is held.
Okay. So,
Time to transform.
transform into what?
I don't know.
Okay, so Lord Tull or Tully drops onto the ground, lifeless, with a rather large rapier wound and some arrows sticking out of him. As his body hits the ground, his whole body shimmers and shakes and
There it is.
changes.
Told you.
And what is laying on the ground is a
Mimic.
so basically a grey, textureless body with a totally clean face with no features on it. It basically
Fucking
looks,
doppelganger.
Doppelgangers.
it looks exactly like a doppelganger. And
So
it drops down and reverts in front of you. Now, a few things happen, which we're going to do an initiative round at the moment. So at that point, emerging from the north, let me just go to rather. Appearing out of magically out of midair. It's that, and
Which doesn't show up very well for me yet, but we'll see.
and there's a couple of buildings sort of behind here, and another one appears from there, and another one basically bursts out of those crates right there. Now, they all look different. They've all got the same token at the moment. I'm going to fix that by next week. Basically, what you've got is a large suit of armour, and there is obviously an undead corpse contained within there. And
Bernard. Baby Strand, we've got something in here for you. Special gift.
Well, actually, that's a valid point. Where is everyone
So-
now?
Yeah.
so
They were outside the
there's
door.
going to be doors there, and there's a door that's come out. So there'll be buildings there when we start the combat
What's
next
that
week.
there? Is that another armored thingy? Or...
No, that's another one that popped out, staggered out of the doorway.
Ow, okay.
Yeah, so we've got one behind, and
Yeah.
because I'd said I'd staying outside. What was Shren and Sir Gregory doing at this point? Because I think Sir Gregory
Waiting
was
outside.
Waiting
the
for it.
buildings interesting.
Waiting for a scream, and then I was going to run into the room.
Okay.
Which we've kind
Oh,
of
you
done
heard?
because I would have had to sing a little something for a second to get my ability off. So I would have said.
There is a
something.
screen. Mouse sees the thing behind him, and he screams and points at it. get that thing. What the hell's that? He's just freaking out. Now,
He's a good actor.
I don't trust Mouse.
Not to mean to alarm anyone, but Tully and Tarantella are pretty close.
They always have been, and it's always been the case. If
Yeah.
it's taken you 30 sessions to figure that out, you're as
Nah.
intelligent as your fighter.
What?
Oh,
To be fair,
that hurts.
I was 14 before the buffs. Now I'm smarter than all of you.
the other thing that you now, Stren and Bernard, you can make a knowledge religious check to see if you identify these particular undead.
Yeah, I can fail another
Yep,
check.
will do. 15.
Just checking what my modifier is.
Yep.
Yay!
Okay, so Stren is fairly certain that they are a high level, fairly unique undead creature. Bernard, you are 100% sure they're Death Knights.
So the one thing I will say, Steve, with this doppelganger, if it was under a spell effect before it transforms, does it die and then new form, or is it just the same form but now the visage is gone?
He's dead.
Once they're dead, they then revert to their natural
So he's
form.
dead, the spell fades
dead.
from him and then the new form.
He's dead, Jim.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to work
He's
out
dead,
whether
Jim.
the whole monster still applies to him or not.
You hailed the corpse? Or...
Oh, it's one and the same thing.
Now,
That's what I was trying to work out.
The Death Knights all have a symbol on their shield and armor. If anyone would like to identify that one, again, it would be knowledge religion.
I'd acknowledge.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Give me a bardic knowledge check. Steve?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
There's definitely stone involved.
I'll call it. There's no base knowledge checks. Where is the hell? What will it be? Oh, yeah, there is down here. Bardic knowledge is
24.
Well, that's a good roll.
Ooh.
I'm glad one of us can roll good each time.
Plus 17.
Okay, Stren, you are 100, and also Shrug. You know this symbol. It's the symbol of Orcus, demon prince of undead.
Orcus?
No, not
Orcus.
Orcus.
Not Porcus. Orcus.
Demon god of bacon.
And the other thing you see is up the top here on a whole heap of cloths, and I've just moved him. You see your old friend Goran suddenly sort of appears in a puff of smoke, and he looks down and says, "Welcome, my friends. Good to see you again. I'm so glad that you have been able to retrieve the item I needed.
Told ya.
I think I might take that off you now."
Is that him there?
Yes.
Aye, little fucker. Aye.
Do you want us to do initiative now or do initiative next week?
Let's do an issue when we get started.
So that you can have the tracker up and ready to run rather than having to reset it.
Yeah, I'll make that. Yeah, I'll get a few things done. And, yeah. So you have a Death Knight there. You have a Death Knight down here, and a Death Knight there.
Who's this over here?
You can have an extra +4 bonus to your smart
Goran.
check.
Bran,
Oh,
guy with the. Yeah.
Yes, the dumb fighter. Dumb.
Thoughts?
Good.
Mouse has to die. Fuck the spy network.
Kill them all. Kill them all!
Thoughts? Well done, Steve.
Why does Mouse have to? It's not Mouse's fault.
Don't lie to us.
You're just being overly suspicious.
Yeah,
Steve?
yeah.
We can see your face.
The rat needs
You-
to be exterminated.
I did what? I did
Michael,
warn you. I told you there was a robot.
Michael almost spoiled it. You almost got there.
How close was I with that sense motive then?
You know, I was backing you with that role too. I reckon that was a good decision.
What did I roll?
30,
Yeah,
30
same.
meters.
I thought we were actually
Thinks
going
he's-
to do something about it. I thought we were actually going to interrogate him and be like, oh, let's just be careful then, hey guys.
Needed
He
30 and I
couldn't.
got 26.
because
And
that would be using out of character knowledge because he didn't. He said be wary. That was as much of a warning as we got. Had he passed the check and been more suspicious, we would have done something.
yeah, that was it. It was a case of I failed. I know what's happening. I could. As soon as we walked into the pub and he was asking about that and have you got it on you now? I
It was
kind of,
insane.
I
It
clicked
was
at
like,
that
what
point
the
and
hell?
went, I don't like you.
I tried to sort of get the conversation going and just drop because that was the little hint that I was dropping in there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then as we left, I went, you know what? I can't do it. I've got to do this. I have the skill. I'm going to have to try it. And I'm so close. I needed
So-
a 19 to do it.
So do you
but-
want to? Yeah. So do you want? Have you worked out why Mouse is doing it?
No.
It's not Mouse, it's doppelganger.
Well done, Nick.
Which worries me. Which means Mouse is probably dead.
That mouse
Possibly.
was dead back in Thingo. Kendall Keep.
But here's the question.
Where did you find Mouse last time?
In that castle where we were doing like it was the town
Yeah, everyone else was dead and he was somehow alive.
hiding.
Yeah, and he was you rescued him from a warehouse. And who was holding him captive?
Bloke,
Mm.
isn't it?
It was Lord Tully, wasn't it?
It was
Oh,
Garan.
it's Goran.
Tully
Goran
hasn't moved
you-
from this city in ages. Well,
Yeah.
allegedly.
You know, Steve's probably double crossing us, and probably there actually is a Lord Tully still somewhere. This was actually doppelganger, and he'll keep popping up. And it might be the real one, or it might be another doppelganger. I reckon it'll be like a running.
Yeah, we'll fucking kill him and go again. If it causes another doppelganger battle, so be it.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, we just kill all the doppelgangers, and eventually we'll get the
With
right
the right
one.
one, yeah.
I think
Mhm.
we
Kill
just
it.
Kill them all.
Kill everyone, let God sort them out.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to take the nuclear option and activate the portal thingy?
Just
Oh,
I mean,
if
I've
we
got
could
it,
do
I've
that,
got
I'd
it,
try to be
yeah.
doing
I
that.
go, we all go.
middle of
Bye.
Greyhawk, we just activate it.
Yeah, can I do actually, Steve, can I do a reflex save?
Sorry?
Can I do a reflex save to save against a nuke?
No.
I can do it against fireballs.
I don't think you can dodge
different.
about 300 foot though. That might be the problem.
I can sit in a sealed room with a fireball going off and dodge it.
Yeah. There's a chance on
Hey.
that one. You kind of like there is a ball of moving fire. When
No,
that
the
place
whole
is-
room,
I think it's-
the
I don't
whole
think
room
you
is
can
on
dodge a
fire.
sphere of annihilation. I'm pretty sure you
They
can't dodge that.
I'm kidding.
We'll just wipe
It's
it
only a
So I
small
wanna
nuclear blast. I can survive it. Really. Just
Look.
sidestep.
If anyone's surviving a small nuclear blast, it'll be the paladin and the
you.
cleric.
Yeah.
Guarantee you it won't be me.
Yeah, but you wouldn't survive a cherry bomb going off.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
this encounter was set up when you rescued Mouse from Goran.
Hmm.
And that's how long I've been sitting on it.
Well,
Because it wasn't Mouse. It was a doppelganger.
Now we've got to find out if Mouse is still alive.
we did.
Hang on, do doppelgangers know thieves' cant and things like that?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember what they knew in this one.
They're usually pretty typical doppelgangers are often used as spies, and so they learn all of these things anyway.
So your information on doppelgangers would tell you
They're infiltrators. They do infiltrate humans stuff.
That particular doppelganger didn't know what he was signed up for, that's for sure.
Yes.
so. Yes, this particular version of the doppelganger is able to assume the skills of the person it is impersonating, if it is able to do one thing in particular.
Have sex with the body it's going to impersonate, or something similar to that. Mind meld with it. Cocoon sex.
I'm glad you said body.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it need its brain basically, and then sort of it gets to understand its essence or something, I suppose.
Yeah. So this version of doppelganger is not one that just impersonates. It actually kills the person, absorbs their life energy, and then uses that to assume their role.
Oh. Well, we're gonna have fun next week, guys.
And my sense motive and thingy would not have detected him at all because I'm terrible at it.
I didn't think it was fair once you'd made the roll to make another roll, so I was like, I'll let it go on that. It was a good enough roll.
Oh, well, that's the thing. It was a 26. It's not like it was a low roll, so it was kind of that point of, well, he's got something out of it, but it's not really a thing.
Oh,
No,
the
you got enough to make
default
me
bluff
100%
check.
on what you were going.
the default bluff check is plus 14 before any skills are added to it.
Yeah.
14, 18, plus 18. It's ridiculous. They bluff. No problem at all.
And then they get a +4 racial bonus on bluff and disguise checks as well, and then
Plus
then
4,
they're also
plus 10, plus read detect thought gives them another +4. So that's when
these guys have been advanced. They're leveled up, so they're not just basic doppelganger. So, yeah.
Oh, this was
you
character plus 9.
Yeah, you're only 4 off.
Actually, they're plus 27. They would have been plus 27.
Yeah.
Oh, so when I added an extra D8 because it was human, Steve, that's what you had two choices. You either screw me by admitting that he's not human, or you cop it and stay silent.
Which is why I copped it and stayed silent.
He knew it was dead regardless.
Let's take 5 off
That's
the
right.
damage as average.
When you were going, favourite enemy, the human, I'm going.
Never.
Yes.
Because the only thing I can actually kill in this place now is the bloody him.
To be fair, it was in a human shape.
Exactly.
Okay.
So from your point of view, it was a favourite enemy. So yeah.
It would have to do with physiology and stuff, wouldn't it? Because it would have to do with like knowing the best place to shoot him and stuff.
That's right. Yeah. Yes. So the Death Knight in 3rd edition is a template that you apply over the character they used to be. So these guys are going to be all slightly different.
Oh, cool.
But they are undead.
They are undead.
That's all I need to know.
Next week's going to be
They might have a couple of little surprises for you, though.
I'm sure they do. But they're undead. That's the main thing.
That's the important thing.
God, that bloody mask dude. Oh, I hate him.
That mask dude.
The link you just posted, Justin.
Yeah, I know
He
what I
went-
posted.
Yeah, that I call him that mask dude. The wherever they're from. I don't know.
It's Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, but it's not. It's the mask is Guy Fawkes, but it's meant to be the
The anonymous group.
anonymous group.
Yeah.
But it's the mask being taken off, and it's still the mask underneath, which is like,
Yeah.
just I don't know why that always
We are
annoys me.
sodomy.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump off.
Did you see the link? Just did you see the link I posted in Facebook?
Yeah.
ABC News.
What did they name him? Did they?
Oh, he's going to name it. He's going to give a press conference tomorrow.
Oh, so
No,
it actually
people.
said, I did see something about the minister was going to give a press conference, but
Correct. The person who's been accused is going to effectively give a press conference.
All right, thank you, stream. Thank you for sticking around watching. I'm not sure how many of you are around at the moment, who's lurking, whatever else, but that's all right. That was an interesting ending to the session, something that I was so close to figuring out. Well, actually, I'd figured it out, but my character couldn't. But yeah, next week it looks like we're going to start with a nice big fight with some undeads and an assassin who's a fucking big fight. So we need to get this thing out of here. But yeah, so thank you all for watching, and we'll be back next week for more D&D next Tuesday night, 7:30 start. Thank you all for tuning in.